Hello and welcome to the Men's Super League. We've got resident Coventry guru, Greg Whitehouse.
Thank you very much.
And me back for, I think this is the third time I've done this one. But yeah, we have a not top of the table clash, but we've got first and second place from last season, Leamington Spartans versus the Lutterworth Meteors.
A game that we know is going to be a spicy one. Everyone's sat down, they've got their seats, they're ready. First ball, a little high from Mark Allen.
And it's already that you can see the intensity from the two teams. Spartans coming forward with 3. And a catch there by Brett, taking out Mark Allen.
Still nursing that oblique injury from Worlds.
I don't think we're ever going to hear the
No, he's always injured. Yeah.
Oh, and a great cross court by Sam Richards, hitting Simon Jones out.
He almost catches it, catches the attention of it too late, and it's almost too late for him to get his hands onto it.
Some very
dancing on the line.
There. Surprising that no one's leaving the court after those exchanges. Just waiting for this third ball to come back onto the Meteor side. Good dodge there by Reese, of fame from last meet, bringing back a 1v6 against Rangers.
Had to bring it back, didn't you? We've already mentioned it about 4 times today, I think. Not just from you, I think we spoke about it. But last season, the scoreline, I believe, Spartans won both.
They did. In all honesty, I think it was only by 1 set or 2 sets each way.
Ball catches up!
Oh.
Go Brown catch and out.
So it's not being called a catch, I think.
Not secure before.
Yes. Yeah.
That ball does have to be in contact with a body part and at least one hand for it to be called secure. If you're hit out before that, then that catch obviously doesn't count.
The Meteors now down a player.
Brett earning on that centre there, takes the middle ball. He tries to apply that pressure while Neely is high up in the air trying to dodge that.
Great block there by Finn. Nathan David holding his hand after that exchange. Hopefully not injured, because we'd like to see both teams at their full complement of players for this.
And
Meteors with 3 players, Spartans with 5, coming forward with the 4 balls. A hit there on Nathan Christopherson.
Yeah, perfect timing, perfect accuracy. It's, pose and below.
The 2 left-handed players of Brian Neal and Sam Richards. Against a hit there.
Second one is.
And a hit. And a great dodge there. It's exceptionally fast paced. Simon Jones back in, releasing. And Spartans take the set just after a great catch by Nick Mester to try and even it out.
Yeah. Harrison wasn't quite sure if it bounced before, obviously turning a bit vocal there. The refs are obviously always there to make that decision, so best to leave the rest to that.
This is always going to be an exceptionally high-paced game with such experience across the board.
Last season we saw in this game the yellow card influence sort of incident between Darren Skilton and Brett Koenig. The block from Christopherson gives that third ball to the side of Meteors.
A dodge there from Sam Richards in the middle.
This court filled with international players?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anyone. The only person on court at the moment that wasn't at World.
At Worlds was Simon Jones.
And Reese Woodgate.
And Reese.
Who, I don't know why Simon, but Reese, I think, elected not to trial. And a great tombstone catch by Simon, just as we were talking about him. An absolutely amazing catch to bring back in Nathan David.
That perfect setback position that he's got.
Great blocking there by Ryan Neal. on the left. High press from Nathan Christopherson. Nathan David, of course, winning, I believe, men's player, men's MVP at Worlds.
In men's club, yeah.
Yep.
Had a great tournament.
A spectacular season as well across the board.
But now the top 3 from last year have all played each other already, and we're only at round 2.
Yeah, the tough start from Rangers, having Meteors and Spartans as their first 2 fixtures in the season. 2 exceptionally good games for
But if you don't beat the best, how can you be the best?
That's very true. Yeah. But there's always a second legs.
Yeah, of course. Joe Brown goes low. Alex Harrison's ball in that mid-region, but he probably knows Joe Brown likes to head towards his knees to try and take that catch.
I think you can see the respect from all of the players that they won't really throw centrally unless it's a quick release like that, like Neely did on Brett.
And they did have 4 under their belt, Meteors, but single ball release, ball pops over, and normally Spartans are quick to try and react to that pop-up and try and take that catch.
Nathan Christopherson
just applying that press.
Was doing a great job on the other wing. Something going on, a block called. Actually, these players will get very animated throughout the course of the game. And a catch by Reece Woodgate. And a great hit by Sam, blocking Brett's ball. And a player is being called out. So a player was called for a line fault, I believe. You can see the Meteors players are very animated with each other at the moment.
Getting animated with each other, which isn't always the best strategy, I can imagine, for the 6-on-6 team.
No, not all. We'll see how this transpires. Nick Mess has been subbed off for Tim Day.
Tim Day is sort of he's been around for so long. He holds a lot of tactics in that that towel that hangs out out of the back of his shorts, but also knows how to control the game so well. When he applies that pressure from the wing, you see already he's got that single ball and he's just high up into that court applying that pressure.
I think this pairing of Reece versus Tim, they both played each other, I assume, countless times over the years.
Yeah.
Both of Warwick, both Warwick grads.
Yeah.
Spartans coming forward with the 3 balls. Sam trying the kind of the out of the arm
release. Normally a lot of the throw is across body.
Yeah. Sam being left-handed as well, just add that kind of element to it that isn't quite so, players aren't quite so used to experiencing. A great single on Tim Day.
And you'll see a lot of these players when they are out, they normally place the ball down, that sort of Euros and Worlds rules that they'll follow.
Oh, he almost took that again from Simon Jones. The follow-up from Ryan Neal.
Yeah. So Meteors currently down 4-0 and now down 2 players in this set. Spartans, despite how close the sets have been, taken that early victory.
I think the momentum certainly is with Spartans, especially how they like to play in such a controlled and calculated manner. But obviously the Meteors players are fantastic players, so who knows what they can do. Great single there from Nathan David on Alex Harrison.
Now only 1 player down. Oh, and that's a clip of the finger as Joe Brown tries to tuck in.
Those fine margins, such a close hit. Brett and Nathan left in. See what they can do against 4 Spartans.
That defensive single ball from Britnell Craven.
Great dodge there by Sam Richards. And he gets over the second. Very well done. Yeah, quite a few defensive shots there. They all coming a bit short.
Yeah.
I think the respect for how well these two can catch will be very prevalent in their minds. A good standing counter on Reese.
Yeah. And it's that position that you're looking for in that, you know, when that player's looking to throw the ball.
That was... And there's the follow-up hit. So what happened there is Brett was hit and he placed an arm up in the air and Sam still released. And then I believe Nathan was hit by Finn for Spartans to win the set. So Spartans are up 6-0. We have about 5 minutes left of the half, we believe. Let's see if Meteors, can get some points on the board.
Another substitution. Dan Evans, obviously that new player signing.
A hit there on Nathan David by Mark Allen or Straubs.
And now what I will say, and it sounds so minuscule because all of the players here on court are of, you know, top athletes in terms of what they do. But you can see already in this game, Spartans, they train together. Meteors do not always train together. And can you see that on the same page that they're not always on?
Yeah. So a great single there by Dan Evans, who's just been subbed off. And then the return, I believe, by Reese Woodgate onto Nathan Christopherson. Going back to your point, I think Meteors have always been such a strong team of exceptional players that thrive in their kind of chaotic game plan. And Spartans do a lot of work together to kind of mitigate those little tendencies that these players have. And you can see you probably will see it later on as those tendencies kind of exert themselves on players. And a great tombstone by
the favoured Brett Koenig style catch.
Yeah.
Simon Jones obviously picked some of one up also in this game. Oh, and a double hit from Tim Day from centre. And just like that, that set has changed around.
Brian Neal and Alex Harrison left against 5 Meteors.
Two players with immense amounts of experience under their belts.
Yeah. Alex being hit out there as Brett releases the single. Nearly not being able to convert the hit. And a hit there being called.
There he goes. Brett tries to pump the team up a little. Nathan David just high fives around. It's that calm and collective Nathan David that we see, that when the team starts to pick up that momentum, just making sure, you know, he's still such a young player in comparison to a lot of the older players that still play in and around the league. Yeah. And he's somewhat of that leader that Dan Evans caught with a toe shot. So the momentum maybe slightly back into Meteor's hand.
And he makes the catch. as he goes to the outbox. Spartans somehow managing to still be a player up after that exchange, with Brett making the catch off the back of court.
Yeah.
Him getting hit out.
So that does obviously bring back Dan in, Dan Evans back in. And it's always toe-to-toe. It's often that you see these passages of play, that one ball, that calm and collective one ball. Christopherson looks at it, but obviously when you've got that sort of, when it's thrown from the outside, you've got that swing on it. It's so hard to track in that motion. Now they'll be called on a play free. Dan Evans does have a free shot. But he doesn't. That's smart.
To get the block. I think from the excitement of kind of the first few sets, Spartans are definitely slowing it down on their single game. Meteors kind of doing the same. A great standing and getting the dodge away from the two balls.
Now, 4 balls in the hand of Spartans.
They managed to convert the hit.
Christopherson and Simon Jones at 2v5.
Yeah, you'd assume Spartans will just play possession here and slow the game down just to confirm the set and not allow these two players to use their full variety of kind of tricks.
Spartans have time on their side and they're dodging everything. Meteors can't hit them at all. Single balls in all opposite directions. Close to the end of the set, that whistle goes.
There's the set.
And the score.
And the half. 8-2. 8-2 to Spartans.
8-2 to Spartans. Wow. So 8-2 at the half. A great half from Spartans. Meteors don't really feel like they've made themselves welcome into the game yet.
No, I think they thrive off of using their individual abilities, and Spartans have just not allowed that to come into play. There have been some class catches, Brett getting off the back, some really great hits, the double hit from Tim. But bar kind of those little moments, it's just, it seems to have been Spartans stamping their game plan on the match and making sure it follows that direction. I think it will be the ask from Meteors. Can they derail the Spartans' game plan and just force them to play a Meteor-style game, which they will thrive because they are so experienced now.
Now, Meteors often thrive on their opponents sort of panicking, and it's that aggressive sort of counter play and the trades that they, often feed off, and it's that better style of play that they love to play into. It's hard when you're playing against Spartans because they don't give in to that. Spartans don't give in to that. It's often the slow dodgeball, that calm and collective dodgeball. That they know how Meteors play. They know how these boys play. They see them, international, national, time and time again. So
I think the experience that they all have with each other, how well they know each other, plays into. I think it plays into Spartan's strength a bit more than Meteors, because Meteors, as you said, thrive off of the other team panicking. So Spartans can just keep their game plan. They'll have a more secure time. I don't think anything's ever secure against Meteors, but they'll be able to do more of what they want to do on court. As the Spartans line up, there's been no changes from the Spartan side. And Meteors have taken off Nathan Christopherson and subbed back on Nick Mester, running for the middle ball.
And these Meteors boys will know now that the game is not over. There's still 15 minutes of dodgeball to play. That timer on your screen will be slightly out, so we'll try and readjust that as much as possible. But straight away, Meteors, that one up, make that two up. It's the set that they were looking for after the half.
They definitely come out of the blocks firing. A great hit there on Finley Brittle-Craven. Yeah, this is a great set for Meteors to really implement what they want to do and kind of stop. Oh! So that was a headshot in a very close proximity. Dan Evans obviously apologetic straight away came over to him, came over to Sam Richards. I think the refs will have, obviously Sam looking quite
I can imagine that will be a blue card. It's hard because I'm not sure if Sam Richards heads low into that. It's hard in that situation. There's so many things that the refs have to look over in sort of that close proximity face shots. If no card is even given, no card's even given because Sam Richards goes low into it. It's hard. How do you judge that? You know, that's an intentional face shot.
And there's a hit there from Brett.
There you go. And out the blocks in that second half.
So yeah, we'll see if Spartans can kind of quell the storm the Meteors have just brought out with a very, very good set by the Meteors boys.
Yeah. They finished that set, what, 4-on-1? 4 against nothing?
4 against 1, yeah, I think so. So yeah, in that little incident, nothing given. Dan Evans apologising. Tim Day being hit out there by the single from Reese Woodgate. Dan apologising to Sam. Sam completely
understands,
fine.
I guess, yeah.
When you make a movement like that,
yeah. When you go low, you're expecting sort of that not a head shot, but that hard shot, especially when you're sort of left in that neutral zone area.
And Dan has an incredibly powerful throw. And when you're in that situation, you really do send it. Great block there by Neely. Nathan on the floor. But Spartans opting to take 4 balls from this.
Smart decision, because 4 against these lads normally is damaging, but this time isn't.
And Straub's blocking it into Neely. But Spartans still getting 4 balls, and the teams are still even. Block there from Mark Allen on Brett's throw.
But only the single ball release from the side of Spartans.
Spartans still with 4 balls.
And no hits. Interesting.
Yeah, you think a team of the Spartans will be taking that. Alex getting hit by the cross court. I think the question was a catch, but I'm not sure from where.
I think Straub's one popped up, and he caught it. Meteors, I believe they've hit him in that transition.
Yeah, so Alex comes across court and is hit out.
He's hit out anyway.
It's being called a hit.
They're calling a catch.
They're not calling a catch.
No catch.
No catch.
No catch. Alex Harrison and Mark Allen both out in the same place.
Yes.
So what was evens with 4 balls in the side of Spartans has now turned a 2-player deficit on the side of Spartans. And an easy low dodge from Nathan David.
Yeah, that would have been a big play had the catch come off. Finley staying in somehow with his tiptoes almost on the line.
It's weird because his legs are about 6 feet alone.
Yeah. Good lateral dodge there from Brett, getting out the way of the 3 balls.
Reese Woodgate trying to sort of apply that bit of pressure, and he catches.
Free throw catch, bringing back in Ryan Neal.
A 1-for-1.
Oh, he doesn't secure the catch. Almost such a good play from Brett there. Reese being hit out. Time being called before the throw. So Spartans take the set. Saved by the bell.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
There could have been so many little plays in there. That hit after the whistle, the catch from Brett almost secures, and it's almost at his fingertips. But as he's sort of flying through the air, just out of reach,
Yeah, that was a...
And that is Meteors within that game, you know, centimetres away. But Spartans just taking the lead, so 10-4 up.
Such fine margins between these two teams. So the quick start not quite coming off from Mark Allen. A lovely hit on Tim. Tim not having the best second half, being hit out early quite a lot in these sets. Oh, Nick Reese not taking that catch. There's some spectacular dodging in the middle.
Yeah, that arm from Dan Evans obviously proving clinical.
Spartans getting lucky playing against the wall there. Released probably more than they wanted to.
And this time, Spartans again with 4.
Slowed this play down. Still not a hit on the 2 balls from the 4-ball attack. But a lovely cheeky throw from Alex Harrison.
Yeah, Simon Josie's in that low position. It's so hard. You've set yourself in that position.
Yeah.
And a hit there.
And Mark Allen.
Yeah. Perfect timing from the side of Meteors.
Something the Meteors are so good at is telegraphing their 2-ball attacks and just making the hit. A double hit there off the standing, I think.
Yeah, but Joe Brown is also hit out, so from the double hit, obviously, Spartans still 1 player down.
And he just lines on the back of court. Sam Richards left him on his own against 3 of the Meteors boys with 4 balls.
Dan Richards will want to play this set out. He wants to line it down as... But they're happy.
Brett's happy to take that
hit. All day long. Within touching distance.
Yeah.
Only 2 sets separate these 2 teams. 7 minutes and 15 left on the clock. There or thereabouts.
Yeah, our time is definitely off. We don't know how much by.
And the block from Dan Evans, nice and simple.
That, I think, a great post throw by Mark Allen. It is just a 1-for-1 with Finn being hit out on the single. I think Meteors are a bit savvier now to that quick start the Spartans are employing. They don't seem to be making the hits off them. And a great cross court there by Dan Evans. And the net's going down in the far corner. I think that was Nick Mester coming over. A great 2-ball attack. Spartans are up by 1 player in Meteors with 4 balls. Sam going aggressive there and not being as clinical as he'd want to be.
I think a play ball might have come in pretty late on the charge from Meteor, so Joe Brown did have to throw that ball.
Yeah. Was it a safe ball though?
Yeah.
No risk there of anything. Meteors come forward with 3.
Ball bounces just before the toes of Joe Brown.
A hit there on Mark Allen. Alex Harrison not falling for Brett, pointing where they wanted to throw.
Yeah, he knows the games. He's been around Brett long enough to know that sort of mind trick.
And the ball pops up. And the ball pops, and he makes
it. Harrison's got a freebie. No one can pressure him, or the ball floats down into his hands.
And 2 hits on Joe, leaving Brett in on his own against 3 of the Spartans with 2 balls.
Now he's either going to have to play this set very quickly and try and win it, because that time is ticking down.
I think there's about 40 seconds left in this set, around that. Spartans are just content with taking this really slow.
Play 2 is called. Single ball comes in.
And he makes a catch and falls off the back of court.
Wow.
Simon Jones left in on his own. Spartans with 3 balls here.
Very defensive.
Oh, and he lined! Simon Jones lined. That's heartbreaking for Simon. 3 sets in it. About 4 minutes left in the game.
Now for Spartans here, they have to play out of their mind. Meteors have to play out of their mind now and close these sets down very, very, very quickly in terms of making sure that they're going to punish Spartans. They're going to get these set points behind them and very quickly.
And on the flip side, Spartans will just be happy with defensive shots.
Oh, they can play all they want.
Yeah. Throw up ball, don't allow Meteors to get anything in this game.
Oh,
and a double hit there. A 2-for-1 with Brett getting the revenge hit on Straubs.
Tim Day not with his finest hours. Brett Koenig shouts at his team.
He's very animated there.
And from the start of this game, they have not been on the same page.
No, not at all. And a hit there. Brett missing on the revenge. Spartans are up by 2 players in this set.
And now they can just play all the single balls they want. And 4 again. If you could describe how this game has gone, in almost every set, Spartans with 4 balls would be the perfect description.
Yeah.
And they have punished very well in that situation every time.
They've been very happy with soaking the pressure and just waiting for Meteors to just release that ball they maybe shouldn't, or take the hit that they think they can get.
And this game is over before it's already started.
Block there from Sam Richards. Brett telling Joe just to go. Joe is still going for it.
And you can see sort of the expressions on both of their faces. They know this game is over. And they know Spartans are going to play this out till that final whistle blows.
Brett taking the hit there from Alex. And the underarm from Neely. I think that's it. Just the way that set went. 14-6 to Spartans. I think it's about a 1.5 minute set, a little under that.
1:15, he might have said. There or thereabouts. Yeah.
Neely with a quick start.
Decides not to throw, and they'll set with a 3 instead. And finally, for the first time in this game, Meteors finally have 5 balls in their arsenal.
They convert 2 hits from that. Getting out Mark Allen and Finley Brindle-Craven.
And despite Meteors losing this game already, they need these set points. It'll be ever so clinical later on in the season.
1-for-1 there. Alex Harrison being hit out, and Brett on the revenge from Ryan Neal. 3 Spartans left in against the 5 Meteors. You see Meteors probably just taking this set. The free throw and the catch by Reese Woodgate.
Reese Woodgate yet again playing an amazing game of dodgeball.
Yeah. Block there. And that time
is the final whistle,
I believe. Regardless, Spartans have taken the game.
Meteors take that final set.
Yeah.
Meteors take that final set.
Yeah. A bit of a lull there at the end. And the score is 14-8. Thank you very much to Scott for showing us that scoreboard.
And a great game of dodgeball. It was toe-to-toe at the start, but Spartans really looked at running away with so many sets where they had 4 balls and they controlled the set from the start whistle to the end.
I think that was a clash of styles, and Spartans have honed their style very, very well. Spartans come away with it.
I don't know if that was caught, but Josh scored a little boink on the head.
But anyway,
if that was caught, someone can maybe get a little, little like splash. But yeah, a very good game. Plenty more Super League to come on this court. That is the end of me for this one. But
I think I'm still around. I'm not sure. I have to check the schedule.
No worries. But for now, I hope you enjoy the rest of the game. And while you're here, make sure you subscribe and like.
Please like, subscribe, click the bell anytime we go live at British Dodgeball. Any of these live streams. If we plan on doing any other events as well, you'll get those notifications. You can watch a lovely day of dodgeball. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us for our first game of the Men's Super League. Please stick around because we have some cracking games coming up, and hopefully see you later. Hello and welcome to our second Men's Super League game of the day. We have two newly promoted, I see a little rivalry between the two considering they played them in League One. Derby Phantoms in the purple versus Coventry Silverbacks in the grey.
Yeah, and
I'm joined by Tim Day here.
Hello. Both actually getting very good results last week, with Phantoms winning 2 against Wessex and Sheriffs, and Hov getting a draw against Storm 2 and also beating Wessex. So I think they should both be pretty happy starting off their Super League.
Yes, their Super League campaigns.
Yeah.
I think Silverbacks probably aren't particularly happy with their draw against Storm 2. Storm 2 narrowly avoiding relegation through a club pulling out, folding.
Yeah.
So maybe not the start they wanted. However, they have 2 games. I think they have Phantoms and Spartans. They definitely can put a stamp on who they are in Super League.
Yeah, for sure. And I think actually, although they won't be happy, it's one where you're not happy on the day, but then on reflection you go, you know what, for our first 2 games, taking a draw and a win is really not bad.
It's still a point on the board.
Probably not the order they necessarily would have expected it, but it's a good result.
Of course.
So, yeah, I think this is going to be a really big game for them to really secure their place outside the relegation zone come later in the season.
Yeah, of course.
It was a nice fake there from Phantoms, just securing the 4th ball, and they managed to get a punish on it.
And a double hit from Aidan Emery on Ed Raven and Robbie Winters. So unfortunate, leaving it 3-3 between the two.
Hurting with that line outrageously there, but manages to stay in, and they secure 4 balls where they're hoping they can get a punish on this. They take a 1-for-1 trade, and I think actually they'll probably be happy with that.
Simon breaching over the middle line to grab the 4th ball for himself and Tom.
And a lesser known rule there, that because he used the ball that was in his possession, that is allowed to touch anywhere where the player isn't, i.e. off the court or in the opposition side of the court. Not out for that, which means he can then use it to balance and reach a bit further. So smart play there. Double running counter.
And it's a 1-for-1 now. We've got Aidan Emery against Tom Charlton. Aidan ex Balls of Steel.
Yeah, I think it's a close match-up this. Both of them, I think, will be happy to take a catch if it comes to them.
Yes.
But also, they're aware of that, so they're not going to give them the opportunity with an easy one where they can help it.
Hard on the running counter. A great shot kind of across the body. Bounce there.
And there won't be long left of this
About 5 seconds left, and it's a draw. I think probably happy with that, considering how they took it. They went for a player, they lost a player and then a couple of sets. I think they got lucky with the double hit.
Yeah, for sure. But it's really both of the teams just sort of settling in and, well, I say getting a feel for each other, but they've been playing each other the whole of last season. So.
Well, Derby do have 3 new faces in this team. They have Tom Bell, Miles Whitfield and Dom Smith, who's currently ball retrieving, with Ryan Ellis being brought up from the 2s. Coventry, I think, are the same. They had Jack Lech, Dan Moore, Aidan Emery's joined them for the season. Pete Rose is in the sub-box. So there's loads of players here that weren't around when they were in League One.
It's always interesting at the start of the season with these changes and how the players fit into the team.
Yeah.
Some of them just slot in really nicely, and unless it's pointed out, you wouldn't even know they weren't part of the team. And then others, you just find that a little bit trouble trying to gel them in, find out where they just fit in the team.
A 2-ball attack there from Derby, taking out Pete Chandler and giving 4 balls to Cov, who do not manage to convert the hit. Ed Raven getting a single on Jack Lech, but Reese Wiggins getting it out. And then Reese being hit with 3 balls there, not being able to get out of the way.
Yeah, it's just really nice punish that Derby have been doing so far. Anytime anyone's releasing that free throw, they're making sure they counter that with a throw of their own. And I think it's just working out as a better trade for Derby through and through. Nice dodging in the middle there, and a nice double counter.
And another return here.
Each other.
It seems to be every time one person makes a hit, another one comes across. These teams are exceptionally even at the beginning half of this game.
Yeah, I think this game is probably just going to come down to ball possession for a lot of it.
Alex Taylor going for a catch there that maybe he didn't quite need to do. Just a minute left. Dan Moore getting the revenge hit. Now it's Dan versus Robbie.
Yeah, I think Robbie probably could have gone more aggressive on that counter. I think he checked to see if he had already been caught out by his team had made the catch. And actually, had he just carried on running forward, I think he could have just got the hit on the counter, unless the player puts his hand up saying, I'm out. It's on the other player to make that call for you, not you have to check. So.
And a great hit as Dan reaches from the ball retriever. Robbie just skims him on the legs.
Yeah, it's something that we don't talk about often, but actually retrieving is a major part of this game.
Yes.
Having players not only get the possession, but it's get it in quickly and to the right place really makes a huge difference because you can then punish with it or be punished when retriever maybe isn't passing it how you would prefer it to be passed.
Unfortunate hit there from Alex Taylor as Pete goes low in front of him. Alex is just hit behind him. One of those situations where you see a player, almost a catch from Ed. But one of those situations where you see a player back in front of his own teammate and you go, yeah, I'm going to take that shot. Robbie getting hit out there as he goes to get a ball that kind of flicks across court. And Phantom's now with the 4.
I think this is probably the first time we've actually seen a 2-player difference between these two teams. It's been incredibly tight.
As you say that, it goes back down to 1.
Yeah, they are a lot of give and take in this game. Neither team backing down in the slightest.
Of course. Ball balls now with Coventry. And Tom makes the catch, and it's the 1-for-1 Reese and Miles.
Nice trade there. Just actually, I think he realised the catch had been made and was just, it's a 1-for-1. It's just better mathematically because you're leading the opposition with 2.
I think. And he takes the catch. Dan's still in against 4 Phantoms.
And I think this is something we've seen in quite a few of the games earlier, especially in the women's league, is that once a player has made 1 or 2 catches, suddenly actually everything that comes to them is just secured.
Yeah, Dan
there's
going
a nice
down
placement
for those.
on those throws there.
Yeah,
realising they're throwing to a catcher, so they just play it slightly off the body and let him get himself out on the balls rather than going for a direct hit.
Yep. Back to the conversation about ball retrievers. With the new changes allowing retrievers to hold the ball at the front, hold the ball off court, it allows them to stand further up court, kind of in a foam style, presenting the balls to players. A quick start there from Phantoms, not quite coming off, a good block from the Coventry Silverback, but another hit the other side of court takes out Dan Moore, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, and that's really nice there by Silverbacks just delaying as soon as that free throw came in for that 4th ball. Fortunately, there was a little bit of confusion about who was collecting that ball.
Yeah.
Ended up rolling over, giving Phantoms an opportunity to punish it. And they do so, taking out a wing player, so very valuable.
Seems to be a lot of focus on Reese, so Ed releasing a couple of kind of standings, one of those ones where they're not quite standings, they're more, we'll turn this into a little 1-for-1. Unfortunately, not quite coming off just then. Alex Taylor being hit out on the multiple ball attack, trying to throw the 3. A lot of standings and post throws being thrown here by both teams.
Yeah, it's odd. It almost looks like it could be on the verge of being very disorganised, but it does seem like both teams are well aware of what they're actually doing.
Method to the madness.
Yeah, it's something you don't really see at this level, apart from in the dying stages of the game where people need those last few hits. So interesting to see actually if both teams can keep this up throughout the whole match and the match beyond. So
yep,
we'll have to keep an eye on that, whether people start fatiguing as well.
Yeah, so 3 against 3 story of this game. All evens across the board.
Interesting release from the wing player there from Cov, going for a bit of a sort of underarm sling. I think just trying to get under someone's block.
Yeah.
It's always nice to have a couple of different throws in the tank. Just makes it harder for the opposition to read you all the time.
So are you talking about Pete, 16, who's just been hit out?
Yes.
So my first year at uni was his last year. He was one of my mentors. He would do that sidearm a lot, and it was barely. Oh, and the ricochet catch by Tom Charlton. But yeah, it was fairly effective, just because it was
surprising to the opposition. Yeah,
the ball wasn't coming where you thought it was coming from. But yeah, that catch completely changing this frame.
And that's good control shown there from Ed Raven. Just putting the pressure on, but then going, now you know what, I don't need to go for this single ball release. And stop, reset, and they got the punish with the 3. So really nice play.
And for the second set, Derby have not given any opportunities for the player to make the catch. And we've had 2 substitutions, Aidan Emery, Pete Chandler coming off for Pete Rhodes, and the player at 3 whose name I don't quite know.
And that makes the score currently 7-1, I do believe.
In Phantom's favour, yeah.
So they'll be very happy with that at the start of this. And thank you if that was anyone that pointed out the camera needed a slight bit of adjustment. We do look at all the comments on the YouTube, so please do keep them coming.
I think the camera sometimes just needs a reminder. Oh, great backtrack catch by Simon Tappel.
And he's styled out with a roll as well.
Almost
That's just
known for them now, sucking up those catches when he's so low to the ground. A good block there by Ed Raven. Such a big presence on court for the Phantoms.
Yeah, and Cov are definitely aware of that and have togged him out quite a few times so far. Just unable to capitalise for how close this game has been and each frame has been so far. Actually, the scoreline is running away from them a little bit.
So, Ed being hit out there, Cov coming away with 5 balls. See who they target here. Hitting out Simon Tapping. Or not? I
believe it must have been the balls that hit or hit the retriever behind.
I think it was hitting Ed as he crossed court, as he went to the outbox.
Oh, nice throw in there. Slightly delayed ball. His head went slightly too far down, wasn't able to see it all the way in, and he just got hit. And that is beautiful trapping there. It's a skill we don't see as often anymore due to playing in St George's Park with its very long gaps behind the court. But the player realising the ball was bouncing back and utilising his leg to get it in the way and keep possession. So really nice.
Oh, great catch there by Tom Bell. Reese being called out for invalid there as he drops to take a catch, as he was faked out, and the ball just rolled across the middle line.
Yeah, it's annoying when it happens, but at the same time, you've got to think, actually, it's the advantage that you can now drop the ball and allow it to roll if you make the catch. Whereas before it was just an out if the ball goes over the line. So it's a bit of give and take with that. Half a dozen of one and half a dozen of the other.
6 of one, half of them, is it?
Yeah, I'm not so good with my sayings, me.
You have also just come off quite an intense game.
Yes.
As we saw from the commentary box.
You're too kind giving me lots of excuses here.
I tried commentating after my last game last week and it was tragic. Any thought came to my head, I was like, yeah.
And that's really nicely controlled there. Just securing, setting, waiting for the extra balls. playing
takes the catch on the dying moments of that set. A second earlier and it would have been a draw.
Yeah.
Seems to be these little clutch moments are going the way of Phantoms, and Silverbacks aren't quite being able to capitalise in a way they really, really want to.
Yeah, Jen is really well known for actually being very vocal in the box, able to let the players know exactly how long's left, which can be a huge help in just letting you know, actually, we don't need to release anything now, we can just time out the game, exactly how long's left, and whether you need to go for hits directly or just play it nice and slow. So,
quick start not working for Alex.
Oh,
And two catches
both wingers going out
as they release on the backtrack. Miles getting out the way of Reese's single. Just like that, a second swing.
Coventry have definitely been up quite a few times before, never quite this much, so you really hope that they can secure this and get their first frame win on the board, because they've only got their point from a single draw earlier on.
Yeah. And this game is going really slowly.
There's a bit of discussion there about whether they play it through, are they play it with their hands up before they release. Obviously, a player putting their hands up is to show that they are out, so don't want them just being hit for no reason. But you've got to give leeway for the player's motion and things like that. Obviously, they can't suddenly stop just because a player has raised their hands.
Exactly.
Which is, I think, what the refs have realised here, that yes, he put his hands up, but it was too late. He was already releasing. It's fine.
And it is two hands. Robbie going aggressive there, trying to make something happen. And Alex Taylor throwing a ball that almost came to us in the commentary box.
Yeah, again, it's just smart game management. They do have someone climbing in the box, and they were just aware that there's next to no time left, that actually nothing is needed, so by placing a ball well over his head, it's secure, safe, and they're going to win that frame.
Silverbacks get their first win. They had a draw on some very close sets, but they finally won a set, a good set to win just before half-time.
Yeah, for sure. It's really now about what they can try and do to turn around the second half. Yep. I think most teams do prefer playing against the wall because there is that opportunity to get, even if it's just occasionally, a ball rolling back. So they do have the slightly beneficial end this half. If they can actually use that. What do you think that they really need to try and nail down to make this game more even? Because all the frames have been very close, just Phantoms have run away with it at each frame.
So it looks like Silverbacks are giving away a few catches towards the ends of the frames. So Tom Charlton getting a few ricochets, Tom Bell making a very good catch. Those kind of clutch moments towards the ends of frame when you've got about a minute left, that player swing is so influential. The Silverbacks can't really do anything to get back the or to claw back the deficit. So if they're a bit more clinical later on into the frame, use their players, go for the hits, but not quite as direct. As you said about Phantoms at the end of them closing out sets, don't let the players have the opportunity to make those catches. Go for the extremities, go for the skims. So maybe they'll be able to close out sets a bit more because they're throwing aggressively. They're just getting caught, I think, a bit more than they really would want to.
Do you think it's fair to say that Cov may struggle having the depth of throwers, and that's part of the reason why they're being caught?
I think they have a good amount of. I think they have an amount of throws that are a bit understated. Alex Taylor's got a great arm. Dan Moore has a very quick release. Rhys Wiggins also from Welsh fame. Jack Lech having a very good throw as well. Pete. They have good arms. They just need to focus and rein them in.
Utilise them well.
We've had some substitutions from Phantom, Tom Bell and Ed Raven coming off for Ryan Ellis and Dom Smith. I think it's the same lineup from the beginning of the first half, for Silverbacks. Not a clean, quick start there for Phantoms, even though Robbie got to the ball first. Easy dodge there by Dan in the middle.
Very safe throw there, actually. I think second half, they sort of reset a little bit, and he was placing that very low. He realised he doesn't need to necessarily try and chase getting these hits, and actually they can just let it slow, play the game out, and they'll eventually come out on top.
Yeah.
It's a lovely cross-court there, just clipping him on the toes. Really hard to deal with if you've got someone putting a lot of pressure on opposite you, because you need to stay focused on them.
Good hit there by Dom Smith. Dan in the middle. Great dodge by Pete Rose.
2-ball attack and not able to convert it. So I think possibly not the right decision there. You've just made 2 hits off single balls.
I think, say if they do make that hit, they've then given 3 players 4 balls.
True.
But they're backing themselves to make that hit for.
Yeah,
so in theory it makes sense, but obviously they haven't. He blocks it into, I think it's Tom Mason there. Blocks it into him.
Early free throw there, and Bob doing very well to just hold their throws a little bit, make sure they're throwing together, not giving an opportunity there for a catch if the delayed balls have come out staggered.
Great dodge there by Pete Rose. Known a lot for his catching. One of the better catchers I came up against in my university days.
Yeah, very effective on the ball. Very hard to hit out in his block. And then if you do then throw slightly off, suddenly he can drop his ball and make a catch.
Yeah, of course.
Very well, so.
Silverbacks releasing 2 there, and Phantoms going very quickly on the 2-step, not quite doing the 2-ball release. Just as we're praising Pete, gets hit out there by the 2-ball attack, leaving in 2 players for Silverbacks. Interestingly, they both went to drop and catch the balls. I think they are both looking to make that catch to at least bring the deficit back.
Again, it's the game management there.
Oh, an amazing catch.
Just secured that ball right into his neck, the side of his face, leaving 1 player in from Coventry. And it's that game management that's coming out from Derby. Despite having 4 balls, they know there's not a huge amount of time left. They're just going to throw a single ball fairly high above his head.
Oh, and he makes the catch.
Get a catch. And that's why they should be doing it more.
And he makes a hit. Jack doing a great job there. Now it's 2 on 4.
Still going to need more, and I think the clock's, the clock's
wasn't in his favour, yeah. A great diving catch though, and a very good hit. Ryan just leaving his hands out to the side, just getting skimmed there. A bit lazily, I guess.
It looks like Cov may be looking now.
No?
Sorry. Court wipe.
They have called time out.
I think they clean the court.
Yeah.
Where he slid across court, it gets sweaty players. It does get a very wet court at times. So making sure for players' safety that they clean that up.
I once volunteered at the Copper Box for volleyball, and they would have players, or they'd have people come on and wipe the courts down after every point. We're not quite at that level yet here at British Dodgeball. A great quick start there from Simon Tapping, and manages to get out of the way.
Manages to get out of the way, forcing a second player to release it in, which he also dodges.
Yeah.
And there's the protection coming up behind. So 2 for nothing, but even if it had been a 2 for 1, that's still well worth it.
Great leap there by Alex Taylor. I think it must have just skimmed him because he didn't line from our angle, sorry.
And this was, as you were saying earlier, you're giving them 4 balls, but they've only got 3 players to use it.
Yeah.
And if you're going to have punish like that, with Steinman able to just release a single at the player running up and get a hit, why not?
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, Simon release, if he makes a hit there and somebody else hits him back, it's a 1 for 1, and they're still up by, 3 players at this point. Phantom's coming forward, 3 balls. A dodge there from Robbie just to get out of the way of the return.
I think at this
Road
point, Phantoms have just realised that they can play the clock. Actually, Cov that are needing to chase this game to get more points on the board.
Yeah.
So they're just settling back, playing the single ball game, because even if they do start losing the odd frame, they're still going to win the match overall because of the time. There just isn't enough time left for Cov if the games keep on going to 3 minutes. So, really nice play.
Yeah. Cov being a bit loose with their possession here. They're just trying to go for every hit, try and make a catch if it's there.
And that's why actually I keep on going on about this Phantoms possession and the control that they're bringing, because most teams would see, oh, they've released, we can do something, and actually they're going, no, you know what, it doesn't matter. We're just going to still stick to our game plan of releasing these single balls. Oh, and that is an outrageous release there. I think that was a bit of one of those sidearms that we were talking about earlier. Just really hard to judge, very deceptive, able to get under his block and get the hit. So, nicely done.
Leaving Pete in on his own. It's 5 of the Phantom.
Now, I have to say, if there is one Cov player you want left in on his own, it is probably Pete. But
with his catching ability, at least.
I think with the way this game has been going, I would be very surprised if he's able to do pretty much anything here.
We think there's about less than 10 seconds left. I think this will be the last play. He gets hit out on the multiple rule attack.
And Simon there instantly said, no, we didn't need that throw that close to the centre of his body.
Yeah.
We gave him an opportunity for a catch. And actually, you saw the other 3 balls that were all released, all went well to the side or quite high on the player. So, just smart play.
Got about 8 minutes left on the clock. It's 13. It is doable if Coventry start taking some very quick sets. They'll have to do quite a big switch shift. Second half of this game.
Yeah, I think
Simon gets the quick start. Not aiming at the 2 players you normally would, but going off ball.
I think at this point it's this game is pretty much decided, so it's really on can they conserve their energy and stuff like that for their later game if they've got a match that they think they can win. I think Coventry Silverbacks have Spartans next, so that is a game which I would be very surprised if they're able to win. They are an incredibly good team.
After their performance against Meteors.
Yeah,
too soon.
No, it's okay. It's okay. They're performing really well, so it'd be an incredibly hard game for them. Whereas Derby Phantoms have Bedford Rangers. Again, another team that will probably be finishing near the top of the table, but they've had a not the nicest of starts to their league meet, shall we say. Playing Spartans and Meteors in their first meet, so
probably and a hit there on Tom. Yeah, I think for Cov at this stage, it's just solidifying what they've been doing well and how well the things that they can do, not letting the way and the pace that Phantoms are going to play at now, because they will slow the game down. They have a 8-point lead, so they don't really need to do anything at this stage. We do only have 6 minutes left, 2 sets, if both go to time. And for Phantoms, I think they'll just be turning it up, kind of cranking up their pressure, because Rangers will bring a bit more than Coventry have.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming as the bronze medalists from last season.
Yeah, it's just whether, I think if Derby are able to continue this matching they've had through to that game, that could be very close. But it is worth noting that actually that Bedford team have almost certainly far stronger arms. So it's then actually, can they still make those catches if they are going that little bit faster? Maybe a better release, harder to judge. So we shall see. I don't believe that game is being streamed, but I'm not sure.
It is not, sadly. There will be regular score updates on the stream. Phantoms giving away, so Phantoms not being able to convert a hit off 5 balls. Cov being able to make a hit off of the 4 balls they had. And a block there by Simon in the middle. Almost a great catch by Jack. Leaving the court as well.
I think those expressions from both of those players there just really sums up this match. It was there, it was just not quite secured. And throughout the first half, there were so many close frames, just they weren't able to secure pretty much any of them.
Very good hit there by Alex Taylor. Sends the fake in and hits Miles, who's at the back of court, not quite paying a massive amount of attention.
Yeah, I think it was also penned in with the other player on their knees in front of him to the side, so not able to necessarily dodge as well as he could.
They left him on his own.
And with 4 balls as well, he's just trying to pass them over and let himself have an opportunity to go for a catch.
I think that was a loss of control.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to be a bit greedy with passing possession back. Reach for it a little bit more and then just lost control.
But a catch there by Ryan Ellis.
I think at that point it's just you got to try something. Need as much time as possible to try and make those catches. So if they make the catch at the back of the court, so be it. But
a 1-against-3 deficit is always possible, but in the context of the game and the times and everything, it is a bit. Great hit there by Tom Bell on Jack Lett. A quick start. A very good switch of target by Dom Smith, focusing on Pete, who are coming in for the revenge here.
And just a quick score update on the other court. Storm 1 are 13-7 up against Wessex. I do believe, and shameless plug here for Sam Lav, he does post most, if not all, of Storm's games up very quickly on their YouTube channel. So check it out if you are interested in that game as well.
I think with the dodgeball community, I don't know if you can spot, there are quite a few GoPros around in the middle of the court. A lot of people record their games. The Derby Phantoms games go up on a different angle. I think Coventry may record their games. A lot of other teams will. If you can look on YouTube about a week after each game and you'll probably find something. Reese Wiggins getting held there by the 3-ball attack.
Yeah, Cov seem to be being very vertical rather than necessarily lateral. Everyone does harp on about the lateral dodges. If you dodge to the side, it means you're still on the balls of your feet and you can then make another dodge in case a ball tracks you. Whereas if you jump or duck, it is then very hard to move from that position.
Great single by Aiden Emery.
Yeah, and as I say, Derby start dodging by jumping and are punished for it. So I do clearly know my stuff. Humble brag by myself there.
One of the things that the dodgeball dudes from the US, not the US, from Australia, my bad, said about Cloth at Worlds, they were surprised at how often people were jumping, because for them it's about not being able to readjust or really take the catch. If you're great,
just reaching for that catch, and I think he just almost slid a little too far back on the court that he wasn't able to reach full enough. And double running counter,
there's the running counter and
get the hit.
I'll get another set.
But I think this may well be a little too late. This is likely the final set now. And
It is a 1 minute set.
the refs have just confirmed it. It is a 1 minute set.
As we said in the previous game, every set counts in this league. I think we'll want as many points as possible from the game to make sure that when it does come to the end of the season and it is maybe a relegation battle, maybe a mid-table battle, they have those points behind them and that score difference behind them. Winning this still is important. Not quite. No point in giving up just yet. They're up in this set. I think by 2 players. 5 Silverbacks.
Yeah, really nice
Phantoms.
punishing going on there.
Very good revenge hits.
Letting them throw and then punishing the player that has thrown. When
And Jack takes the catch in the middle.
Beautiful catch in the middle of the court. Just released and then able to bend down and pluck it
And that's
between
the
his
set.
legs. Yeah, it's
Phantoms
a little bit
taking
of
the
a
win.
shame that we didn't see this Cov throughout. They've definitely got it in the tank. It was just not quite firing.
Yep. I think that was a very good final set. I think Phantoms controlled the game really, really well. They confirmed that they wanted to win. They did that. They played well in the clutch moments. That first half was really, really good from Phantoms. I think they'll be confident going into their Rangers game. We'll see what happens, as Rangers are a very, very good team. Cov have some adjusting to do into their Spartans game. The Spartans will punish them potentially a bit more than Phantoms do.
Yeah, I believe the next game that is being streamed is the Bees Rangers match. And we will have Alex and Dom hopefully commentating that for you.
Dom, who's just played and will be joining us, and Alex, coming from wherever Alex is. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you all. Thank you very much for joining me for these 2 games. As always, please like, subscribe, and click the bell. Whenever we go live at British Dodgeball, get a notification. Just reminds you there's some lovely dodgeball being played. Yeah,
That's all.
thank you very much. I hope
Thanks,
you
guys.
enjoy the next game.
And we're off. Welcome to the next game of Men's Super League. I'm Dom Smith and I'm joined by
Maddie Smith.
And we're here to commentate on this game of Bedford Rangers against Manchester Killabees.
Be an intense game for sure.
We're starting off quite aggressive already, actually, as usual Rangers style.
I think Rangers will be pushing them more on the attack side, and I think Bees might be looking for a defensive game.
I mean, Bees are currently sat third in the table. Rangers suffered 2 losses on day 1. A great post throw by Matt Wheel. Oh, and Jonty goes out the other side. Good trade, 1 for 1. We're just joking before the stream how it's Maddie Smith and Dom Smith, so we're going to get in as many terrible Smith jokes as we can.
Of course.
Manchester Bees just resetting for 3 there. Any changes to these teams from last time?
I believe Rangers might have had a couple in recently, but I'm not sure. Oh, we had Ross.
I'm just testing you, see if you know your knowledge.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So, Simon Parsons has just come back from injury and he rejoins the team today after being absent from last week. Manchester Bees are missing Aidan Woodall after he rudely had a baby, so congratulations to him. And now, well, he's gone for the day, looking after baby. Apparently that's important now. I respect it. Unlucky there for Brennan. Brennan again, just been brought up from the 2s. Transfer from Sheffield. And again, Brew coming up from the 2s. And Jonty coming up for the 2s. A lot of changes in that Bees camp.
Very much.
There you go, Maddie.
Thank you.
Don't worry.
Up to date now.
Now you've just remembered everyone's names. That's a great shot from Rich there. Leaving Adam Badley, the short man, in a 1v4.
Take some catches when needed. So whether he can do it with Rangers, 3-ball in here.
He's a very clutch catcher.
Yeah.
I expect Rangers to go aggressive and 3-ball him here.
Oh, safe with that free throw from Adam.
Simon Parsons doesn't look happy with that one, though. It was a very safe throw, though.
Imagine they want to finish the set. Yeah.
Oof. Badly not happy with himself there. Usually taking those. First set goes to Bedford Rangers. I hope they don't get too hyped. I'm playing them next.
Yeah, so let's hope. Have you just stormed your game against Cov?
Very good game. Cov played very well. Yeah, just a very all-round good game from us two, both promoted teams. Adam Badley comes with a quick start. Looks like not a ricochet.
No,
I think
must have blocked it.
Sam Mason got lucky to evade that, but very good low dodge. Who was that?
Matt versus, I can never say this.
It's Tamas, well done.
Get better.
This will be a battle on that right wing between Matt and Tamas.
I reckon they'll be focusing on getting time. So you eliminate the rest of the Rangers.
He's just such a big presence on court, Tamas Ward.
Yeah.
It's that fake and it's that. They're just doing that. And
is that a catch from Sam Mason?
it looks like it was a hit into a bounce. Yeah, it's been called by the Wessex refs. So it's hit into a bounce. Yep. Looks like Scott's calling it into a bounce. Tamas just chatting to the ref while the game carries on. And we're pausing time. Just pause time, discuss this discussion. Discuss this discussion, wow. Discuss this decision.
I think Tamas believes it might have bounced before hitting him.
Yeah, it's quite hard to tell from our angle up at the stream. From the ref side, Scott called it as a hit onto a bounce, but we'll see what it's decided. We've got 6 refs up there who can make this decision, so we'll see what's decided. Can you tell what they're saying in the refs box?
I'm trying to lip read.
They're saying something about dodgeball. There was a throw and there might have been a hit.
So hard to tell in the men's game because it's so fast paced.
It is hyper aggressive in men's game, and Tamas seems to have survived that hit. Matt Wheel doesn't look happy about that. Oh. Please hold. There we go. The bounce was called in Tamas.
A minute played in the second set.
Look, Tamas has come off that very well, going very aggressive up court, throwing the last ball, and then surviving it. Yeah. You don't see that too often. It's just a very good dodge by Tamas. B's a bit unfortunate not to pin him with that, though. I would argue B should have hit him there. It would put them in a good stead in this set.
Rangers are currently 1 up.
What?
Oh, even now.
And so they go straight for another trade. As Rangers style, just trade after trade. But B's played that style too, so.
Works out very well. well because they're even again with 3 players each time.
Ooh, yeah. I don't think it was a miss.
Called out by
But again, they go straight for a trade, and now it's Scotty against Brew and Jonty. What can?
It's so fast paced. It's completely different to the tactics. So interesting to watch.
It's just you have to be watching every area of the court.
Yeah, there's no turning around.
It's tough as a player, it's tough as a ref, and a great cross court from Brew Cousins taking him out there.
Back to 2-2. A very even game throughout.
I think it's going to be a close one. Bees won both of their fixtures last fixture, beating Nottingham Sheriffs very closely, and then beating London Storm quite significantly. Whereas Rangers, unfortunate to lose both, but they did play Lutterworth Meteors and Leamington Spartans in the first game.
Out there.
And losing Brennan in the process. Great shot by Scotty, and a hit back on Scotty. Yep.
There we go. Good revenge hit there. It's always.
Even with that revenge hit, they're a 5-3 up to Rangers. They're just coming out with so aggressive. And Bees don't seem to be able to bring that power to counter it at the moment.
Rangers have always been on it. They like to get ahead early.
And they may be angry after 2 losses last fixture. Thomas Ward unlucky to miss that throw though. And Simon Parsons straight to Brew. And just like that, in the men's game, we turn around.
In less than what, 5 seconds?
5 seconds, we've gone from 5-3 up to 4-2 down.
What counter on that, getting the hit. Very good communication from there as well.
Come out in a flurry this game. Sorry. Is this the time to start the Bees jokes, making some puns about them? That was one I was going to go for.
Ross is looking at that catch. There's half a set left on that 30. To burn.
Fantastic catch though, Ross. You do not want to do that.
No.
But badly does not follow the conventional rules, so good hit on Ross there. He's flying away with that set. I'm sorry. Friend score, 4-2s to Bees. And Rangers aggression again. Too aggressive, the other balls are not in play yet. There's Tamas doing what he does best, faking up court. Great communication from the B side. Top calling him back, making sure we don't throw away those balls. The mic's not working properly. No. I'll just have a test on the mic, 1 second. Apologies while we just sort out the microphone problems. There you go, looks like it's going now. Just let us know if the mic goes down at any point. We are a very new team of commentary. As Alex Such, the usual commentator and organizer and everything media, is over supporting his women in their game. So back to this game. Again, the Rangers coming out very aggressive, now 5-3 up. But we can't count them out because Bees in every set so far have managed to turn it around.
Always goes it back.
This could be a bit harder though. 5 Rangers against 1 B.
Again, I think Rangers will be looking to that to get more on. I can double counter here, yeah, and get the hit.
Interesting Dan Newton to drop there. He's usually such a great counter. Would you go for a catch in that situation, or?
I think you would have to. You have plenty of time to get back and yes reset, but at the same time, your last on court against 5 Rangers, you may as well go. Not gonna be able to last long.
What have you got left to lose? And Dan Newton's a fantastic catcher. Back himself to catch that. If you drop it, oh well. Once again, quick start going towards the Rangers. He's settling down now.
I won.
Cool.
Tamas going for that catch.
Oh, and there it is. A ricochet catch onto Dan Newton. Has it been false? Might have bounced. Might have bounced. I say, even from this angle, it's hard for us to see.
Scotty looking for that catch now as well.
Very, very aggressive game from these two teams. You would not believe it.
Rangers up, 5-2 now, just hit Adam out.
Resetting with 4 balls, smart idea there. Don't want to be releasing a single ball either of these two players. Both very prolific catchers.
Yeah.
Play 3 on. 3 balls have to be released, and all 3 hitting Brew there.
Right idea.
It's the grouping of those 3 throws, just so hard for you to pick one out.
That's going to try and slow down the counter.
Yeah. Great dodge by Scotty. Very lucky to get his foot near the line there. You may notice that this stream we actually have orange lines rather than blue lines, so we can kind of see the court. Simon Parson just blocking that, trying to get that ball back to Matt so he can have a quick attack here. Ooh. Great hit there by Scotty Whitelaw. Rangers now taking the lead. Still, we've seen comebacks way greater than this. Bees cannot let their heads drop.
They're on fire within 2 sets in the row at the start of the game. I'm sure they can bring it back at Rangers game.
What's interesting is Tamaswad, he's so quick. And for a very tall guy, he gets there quickly. But I think that is half the benefit of starting now on court, where you've got less strides to make to the middle. So his height and his quickness just benefit him on that quick start.
Yeah, it's only a few steps for him.
I wish I was taller. And a great catch by Tamaswad. The Bees' heads look like they've dropped a little bit. We need to make sure that their heads stay in this game because it's still anyone's game. They were down when they first Nottingham Sheriffs and they still came back from that.
Only a set down. It's going to be a very even game throughout. A head up and be able to break the match.
And
there we go.
There's the ricochet catch.
That's what they needed.
Oh, Simon Parsons with a Simon. Oh, and another ricochet catch. Simon Parsons are so unfortunate there.
Crazy, but unfortunately, ricochet catch.
Yeah. There's a bit of a pause. This looks all right. Oh, refs opting to just carry the set on as it's going. Robbie Angel coming back in and heading straight back out. That's unfortunate and always the worst when you're caught back in and you head straight back.
Had to keep your head up after that. If you get 2 outs in the game.
And Tamas taking another catch on that right wing, proving to be a dominant force in this set. Oh, camera's gone. Oh, we've just recharged batteries. The mic is still going. I'm going to have to visually describe what is happening. And it's going to include a lot of dodgeball is being played. So, Muddy's just going to run off and try and get Alex Such to get the camera back working. I will let you know what is going on this set. So, currently, Rangers have taken it and Tamaswad takes another catch, ending the set 6-2 up. So at the end of that set, Tamaswad takes a catch and the pre-throw straight into Brew Cousins, ending the set. Now it is 8-4 in Rangers' favour. I figured out how to use the laptop. With Maddie being gone, that is an achievement for me. And we're off again. 3 balls go to Bedford Rangers. Alex Such is now here to fix the mic. I'm just going to keep describing what is happening. So Rangers go up with a 3-ball attack. Free throw by Jonty Bird, and they go again, and they take out 2 of the Bees. Bees currently 6-4 down in this set. Ah, that's a beautiful technical difficulty screen. Well done, Alex Such. Thomas Ward jumps. Scotty Whitelord taken out. There's now five Rangers on, 4 Bees on, and time has been paused by the refs. You'll have to excuse us while we sort out these technical difficulties. Just listen to my dulcet tones while you wait.
There's not much left of half.
Yeah, there shouldn't be long left of this. The timing will be out for a while, so we do apologise for that. But Alex Such is the man, and he's back to the rescue to fix our camera. And there we look like we are back. We all good, Alex? There we go, we are back. Alex Such, the man himself, comes to the rescue. No need to apologise, we love you. As you can see now in this set, we are 5-3 up to Rangers. Jonty Bird taking a disgusting round the body catch there. Don't worry, Bees, we brought the camera back just to show that. Welcome, Maddie, back to the commentary booth.
Well done, miss.
You missed Jonty Bird taking an absolute stinker of a cut. Oh! Samuel Mason just replaying what Jonty did.
They're going to go aggressive now.
They're going aggressive and they take out Brew. There should not be long left, and another catch. Catch with a head rub for Richstone Streets. In that set alone, there was around 4 catches there for Bedford Rangers. You'll have missed half of them on camera, but they were catching everything thrown at them. I managed to get one of the scores on, Maddie. Are you impressed?
Well done.
Thank you.
The score is 10-4.
And it looks to me to be 10-4 down there. Opting out of the quick start for this one, Bedford Rangers. Letting Bees take that 3-ball attack. One sent from the middle by Brew. Bedford Rangers committed 3. Single from left, single from middle.
Securing that hit on Robbie there.
And that's actually what you want to do in this situation. Bedford Rangers love having one ball. You want to be going up there and attacking where possible and not letting them reset. And a great shot there by Jonty onto Thomas Ward's shoulder. He can't catch those ones much.
2 different throws there from
Almost like they were splitting targets.
that was intentional. I do not.
It's been called by Kyle, the Rangers coach. Has 10 seconds left in this set. So we are in the penultimate seconds. And we are going crazy. And why not? Why not? Let's just release everything. Let's just see what happens.
I'm not sure if that was secure before the whistle went.
Look, I've been refereeing for a number of years, and I don't want to explain what's just happened. There was a lot what went on there. Rangers do not look happy at the decision. It looks like that catch was called before the whistle.
I think Rossi is just secured.
From here, it did look just on the whistle, but
I would not hate to be in the rest shoes.
would not hate. So you would.
I mean, I would hate.
You would hate to be in their shoes right now, Maddie.
This could be much less.
Double negatives. No, we'll just wait for the decision to be made. It looks to go in B's favour. We will wait. It does make it tricky to do the scoreboard, but we are patient people and we will wait. Whilst we're waiting for the decision, we'll talk about other games around the hall right now. So, on the court number 4 at the far end, Women's League 1, we have got Spartans 2 against Canterbury Crocodiles Women. Then on court 3, we have the Norwich Nighthawk Ladies against the Manchester Honeybees. Of course, in this court...
Derby.
Oh, Derby are... Oh wait, Derby are playing. My apologies. We are gonna get told off for that.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna get told off for that. It is Derby Women against Honeybees, and there is just a bundle of Nighthawks there. On this court, of course, we've got the Killer Bees against Bedford Rangers, and on court 1, we've got Nottingham Sheriffs against London Storm 2s. Farewell, Nighthawks. So in this kind of break, what do you think Bees need to do to catch up?
I think they need to step up the intensity to match Rangers. Both of them are getting them. They can. Like Rangers are going for it. When the bees are countering, they're just absolutely getting them whilst they're running up the court. Very hard to dodge whilst you're straight forwards. The bees match that whilst the Rangers are countering and get them hits. Maybe throw in a couple of throws, if that works, maybe back off court so they're not as well.
It's an interesting one because you've got two real methods to deal with Rangers here. You either match their aggression and just keep trading, could work, or you try and slow them down and nullify a lot of their attacks by walking and releasing as high and safe as possible, playing the counter game.
It works if you focus, trying to regain the ball possession and 2 balls attacks, just annihilating them one by one and not being drawn in.
Yeah.
That might be a way to get Rangers to make mistakes.
It does seem to be that they've been drawn into this aggression right now. We will clarify the score for you in a second as to who won that final set. But whilst we wait, yeah, we'll just wait. So just 1 second while we pause the mic, we're going to find out the score for you so we can update it. And Scott has been showing the score to us now. Killer Bees did in fact gain that final set. So the score at the half is 10 to Rangers, 6 to Manchester Killer Bees. Not all lost, anything can happen at this point. Such as a ball flying in towards the referees and the commentators. Thank you, Leah Creed, for launching that ball at us. It's what we needed right now.
Assuming because that catch was then called before the whistle.
Yes, that catch will have been called before the whistle. It is hard as a ref to follow, especially in those instances where it goes left, right at a rapid pace. Just letting Alex fiddle with the commentary right now.
Oh.
No, I am also commentating the next game, Alex. Of course I'm okay with that. Everyone loves hearing my dulcet tones on stream. So we've got quite a long half-time here. Just seems like the refs are all discussing what's happened. Tamas Ward does not look happy with the decision, but both captains, Tamas and Dan Newton, are in there to discuss what's happening. Quicker this game gets on, the quicker we can all go home. Hello, Adam Badley, waving from there. And then we'll carry on this dodgeball game. We have been told to let you know to all subscribe and follow us on the YouTube. There you go, by click the link, follow the bell. Alex Such is so proud of that button. You do not want to upset Alex Such. Make sure you're subscribing, make sure you hit that bell for the notifications, and you'll get more streams.
Lineup change at all. Looks the same on these sides.
Yeah, it looks the same on both sides. Yeah, not a change on both. It's going well for both teams, so why change it? So, will Bees go up more firing into this half, or will they try and slow down Rangers? Let's have a look.
There's currently 10-6 Rangers, so Bees still looking to bring that back, and it's possible. Only 2 sets down.
I've seen comebacks greater than 10-6. 2 sets is, it can be done within less than a minute.
Only even still.
The Bees are playing very safe with throws. It seems they're opting for the slow down strategy rather than the speed up and trade.
It's a very different pace. But Bees did just give away 4 balls.
Yeah, and they're punished for it. Yeah, Grunty Bear getting punished for that 4-4 giveaway there. Robbie Angel struggling to get that middle ball, and well done, Matt Wheel with a smart throw there, resetting the play ball. For those who don't follow dodgeball, you have 5 seconds to make a play. If not, you'll get play balls on your team. Play ball means to release. Sorry, Tamas Ward shutting me up just while I explain the rules. Great catch from Tamas Ward. So you'll then. Oh, he's done that. It is so hard facing Tamas Ward because he's such a presence with that ability to catch throw.
Straight into the ball, just move right there.
Yeah. Matt maybe also does need to be just thinking about ways of releasing it because it is a tough one to throw, especially when you're facing Tamas. But yeah, as I was saying, if you have got cold play ball, you've got 5 seconds to then release the majority of balls. So if you have 3, you have to release 2. If you have 4, you have to release 3. If not, players will be called out for not releasing.
That's a very good trade there.
Great shot there, Robbie Angel. Now, 3 all in the set. When Range was so dominant at the start of the set.
He's had definitely slowed down, used that tactic, and it seems to have worked, gained control.
There's a lot more 2 balls, giving away 4, playing a bit more safer. They're not afraid to give away 4, but actually they're getting punished for it.
Ranger's accuracy on point though, even with the ball, it's hard to dodge.
Yeah. And there we go. I said it was going to happen. Adam Badley throwing a nice safe throw away from body there. Make sure it can't be caught. And there's
lovely free throw.
And a catch. And you do not want to be. Oh, and it's a great Adam Badley finishing this set. That's a highlight he can send to show he's on the Killer Bees.
Closing the score to 10-8 to the Rangers. Bringing it back. I told you it'd be a very close game.
And that's all Bees needed to do. Slow that set down. Take a few more pre-throws. Take a few more risks. And then it pays off. Now only 1 set down. And they go 2 up at the start.
Oh.
The quick start onto the Rangers, followed by the follow-up hit. Ball called not live though, so they are only 1 up. Unfortunate there for Bees to not get that quick start. But they are taking these hits now. They are playing more aggressive, but also safer.
Not being drawn in this much.
No, they're playing their own style. They're not being drawn into that Rangers aggression. And they're taking catches. I think...
one hand was up.
I think...
Hands up mute, and there was a player behind him.
Yeah, I think he's not happy, but also nearest exit rule, he could have gone straight back off the nearest exit. He was sent to court. Stepping across play, it's the risk he could get hit.
Fine line, that.
Yeah.
Again, 2 different targets from Bees.
2 targets, given away 5 balls. It's a risky play, but it has worked out for them in other sets.
Yeah. Now they just need to dodge and survive. Sadly no catch.
No catch. How many of the Bees got kicks from the hive there?
2 out and 1 injured by their own players. Hammers can be looking for the catch, but they threw away in the opposite wing. Badly burning the again, so they have 3.
Interesting choice to burn there and not go with a 2-ball attack. But Bees just want to slow it down. They want to give away possession.
Yeah, they wanted to look for that counter, stay safe away from that neutral zone, especially with...
Yeah. Bedford Rangers also playing the same game now, though. They're playing smart. They're slowing this set down. Only just over a minute left.
Their gameplay for your game at 8 o'clock.
Not even worried. I'll be subbed off. Oh, Tamas. Oh, it wasn't even Tamas. I was blinked and I missed it. Fantastic shot there. Oh, Brennan, unfortunate not to make that.
Very unfortunate. Power behind that. I could just
yeah. Still, only 2 sets down. The Bees coach Colm is just having a discussion with the referee. Don't know what that could be about. Could be about anything at this point. And we're back off. The Bees have been winning this quick start every time and then taking that aggressive hit. And there they go. They've done it once more.
Getting themselves up by 1 player, which can be crucial at the start of the set.
And a quick time pause just to wipe sweat. Do Bees sweat?
No, I've never really asked them to.
I'm pretty sure Bees don't. I'm pretty sure that's a trait usually only related to humans and a few specialist dogs.
How do you know that?
Oh, random animal facts. I'm a primary school teacher. You learn these random facts, apparently.
I won't question it.
Yeah, don't question it. But we're just pausing time here to wipe away the sweat from the Bees. Bees, yeah, winning that quick start every time. Tamas Ward deciding not to run for the middle. And it's actually starting to cost them in the start of these sets. It could be a fitness thing, or it could just be they want to play a bit slower on the Rangers side. And Scotty Wilder, great shot. Matt Wheel's struggling to get his head into this game.
I think being put on wing against Hamas throws you off completely.
You've got such big arms on that Rangers side.
Hyper focus and defend yourself and get moves.
Yeah.
Something you've got to realise.
Playing as a middle player against this Rangers lineup isn't fun. They are so potent on their throws. You've got to dodge or look for those catches, and it's hard to do either.
Also, I noticed how Adam threw the ball over to Jonty. I would say Adam's probably more like to catch.
Yeah.
So it's just thinking about who has the ball and able to clutch them catches more.
Yeah. Adam Badley has played this set really well this whole game.
Again, giving away 4 balls from the
Yeah, I'm curse of a commentator, as we like to say. He likes to give away 4 balls there.
Jonty blocking that ball.
I think that's why the ball got swapped onto that wing, because Jonty's so good at that in the air block, and Adam is looking for these catches.
Yeah, it's on ball dodging.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Especially when that wing against Tamas, you don't want to be caught without a ball.
As fans can say, you want a yeet side and a defend side. Adam must be the yeet side.
Let's not give away our tactics here. A fantastic catch there. Do you think there's a bit of exhaustion from the Bees? They don't look like they're bringing in that potency they started this half with.
Whether they're still trying to be defensive and not being trying to ball in, or whether it's tactical trying to save energy. I mean, you're up against 6 Rangers. You don't really want to be running up and down in that neutral zone.
But you've also got to do something. You won't win this set by sitting back. Adam Badley taking risk, going for that single standing counter. But Rangers...
They're more focused on the catch right now.
Yeah. But Rangers won't give that easily.
No.
With 40 seconds left, they're not going to sell these catches to them. They're just going to burn it well away from the body, work within that 1 meter zone to throw with. You do not see very many catches in the final 40 seconds, especially in the Men's Super League, where teams are very smart on their burns.
Again, Jonty looking for that catch.
Yep.
Again, looking for that catch.
And a great throw from him. And they are bringing this back with 12 seconds. Can they balance this?
Messed away from ball. Yeah.
They just need to throw it away from ball, and they were so good there from the Bees there to go out aggressive and take those 2 hits. They just need to take that aggression and match it with the Rangers.
Right then, when they stepped up a little bit and made it more intense on the Bees side, Rangers were brought in and made mistakes of staying up in neutral ball and getting them flips in like the ear.
Still, only 3 sets down. Killer Bees last time, they were at the same point. They were down and they came back. I'm not sure if the rest have paused time. It looks like they have. It looks like they're having a quick discussion relating to something, so we will also pause the time on the stream. Doesn't look like a timeout got called. It looks like they're just pausing for a decision. We'll wait and find out what that could be. I find the vibe here at St. George's quite good today.
Yeah, it's very packed.
It's quite packed, yeah. There's a lot of spectators.
Considering it's the later on session as well, but Men's Super League is so... watch it.
Yeah, everyone decides to come and spend their Saturday nights here at St. George's Park. If you are free and in the area of Burton-on-Trent, come along, watch it. Anyone can enter the hall, you can sit and just watch. There's a lot of great games to watch, such as this one here. You can find out more on the British Dodgeball website. There you go, Alex Such, there's another link. And if you are interested in joining Dodgeball, if you are watching the stream and not a player, look on the website, look at clubs near you and find the closest club and join them. They're always happy to welcome new players. Okay, and the game's about to restart. We are looking at the comment section while we wait, so any interesting comments we will talk to. Anyone want to shout out, let us know. Hello, Tash, my sister, who has commented hello. Right.
Not sure what they were deciding.
We're not sure either, but it looks like we are back 6 minutes left, approximately. Rangers currently leaving 14-8. Not leaving, leading. Next game is Meteors Storm. There you go. For those interested, sticking down for the next game, it is Storm versus Lutterworth Meteors. A very fantastic game. But more interesting is this game right now. Rangers taking a great early hit, taking out Dan Newton in the set.
Not just able to secure that catch, sadly. Right in the pocket though.
Oh, Robbie Angel, unfortunate to not take that either. He's made so many of those catches today, just to his chest, and just not securing that one. Again, B's heads looks just to have dropped.
Not that far behind in sets at all.
It is still possible. And a double hit there. Now only one person down in the set. No, they have managed to even it. That double hit evens the set. And they take that free throw. It's what we were saying during the half time. Take some risk, go for it. Now we just need a dodge here.
Unfortunately,
they do not dodge here. Unlucky Brule to take that. Now in a 2v2. Given they were in a 3v5, this is good. Thomas burning high, knowing Adam Badley's going to drop for that catch.
See, I would wait and go for that counter. I won't be able to risk it.
No. Interesting to see the B's strategy here. Are they going to just let Rangers keep throwing at them? Are they at any point going to try counter-attacking? Or are they going to stick with the free throw game, what's worked so well for them so far?
They're leaving Jonty on the ball and Adam again free throwing and trying for that catch.
It does look like Adam Badley's taking it, but will Rangers cotton onto it? Yeah, they have cottoned onto it. But a great block there from Tanner Sword, getting low below it. Lucky to not have that hit his back. Oh, two clinical throws there. Adam Badley going aggressive. Still 45 seconds in this set.
Still enough time to turn it around. I reckon he might throw and catch again. Yeah.
A catch and hit. Thomas Ward getting caught, bringing in Dan Newton. What can Dan Newton do? It is a catcher versus a catcher here.
I think both dropped to the knees quite a lot.
They're both drop catches.
Yeah.
We'll see a lot of this game on our knees.
20 seconds left.
Play is on Ross Craig. You can see them both scoring at the back. Oh, unlucky Dan Newton.
Just fishing for that catch, but just out of reach.
I'd also back him to take that run up and to go for the hit there, but when you're playing against a catcher like that, it is a risk. But both players knew the risk, both were catches, and it's which one would catch first or go for it.
I feel like more of a catch, you might not feel like your throw is accurate enough or strong enough to go for that hit, especially on a 1v1.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact, I would just definitely drop for them catches. My throw would go straight into pockets.
Oh, I'm always going for that counter attack. I do not back my catching. Oh, Brennan unlucky, but they do take the shot in Scotty. And there he is. Robbie, Brennan. I'm wondering if the rest spotted that.
Quiet for now.
We'll keep quiet.
Bees storming that first rush.
And Badley, again, unlucky, getting free thrown there by Tanner Sword, like they've done many times against this Rangers team. Play ball on the Rangers. Two balls have to be released. They opt to release all three there. Three blocks. Well done, Matt Wheel.
Rangers, hard to dodge.
They need to be getting these hits. About 1 minute 40 left of this set. Rangers are going to take this nice and comfortable. They don't mind losing this set. Dan Mason.
They can definitely afford to lose one set, but as long as they're taking it slow and weighing out the time.
Yeah. If they drag this set under a minute, it's a Rangers win, and that's good for them at this point. Points on the board is what Rangers want, because...
I reckon 2 more release.
Yep. 2-0 release there. Thomas Ward has been called out. I think it did clip him on the shoulder there as he was free thrown.
I reckon a lot of safe soon Yeah.
But
Rangers side.
looking at the time, and now 1 minute 3 left. All we do is we dragged it under a minute. So this will now be a final 1 minute set.
If the score is right, it is into Rangers. So no matter what happens, Rangers come out with the win, but whether Bees can close that score difference a little bit.
We are on a minute set, so Maddie will just fix that minute set button now. There we go. Oh, and a fantastic dodge there, Brew. Leaving a nice B trail along the floor. Good. Time pause just while we clean up that B trail. Now, do we make a B pun about them leaving the scent?
Go for it. Really want to, if your heart desires.
Yeah, it'll take the sting out of the loss, I guess. So, Bees did really well to pull themselves back into this game. Rangers came out so dominant in that first half, and actually 16-10 at this point is good. If Bees can win this final set, points at the end of the day may benefit them towards the end of the season.
The score definitely doesn't reflect how the sets have gone. There's been a lot of 2v2 ones.
Yeah.
It's been very even throughout. A lot of revenge hits, which changed the game so dramatically in a short amount of time. So hard to tell.
And I think just the catching form on Rangers and just the aggression for them, that's what's won it for them. As we go into this final, we can't tell you how long's left.
No,
Apologies. There is some time left of this final minute set. We will find when it ends.
Half.
I reckon about 34 seconds now.
Oh,
And
for that catch from Rangers.
yeah,
side.
Rich going fishing there.
In it. 7-4 for either side, yeah.
Yeah. So now
That's
we're
fine
4
for
all.
Rangers.
Oh, Scotty
what a
Whitelaw,
hit.
fantastic hit. But Brew taking that trade. And
my
not another B trail. And are we going to pause time again? I hope we don't. But you know, health and safety comes
I reckon
first.
it's about 5 seconds left
Yeah, I
in the
reckon
game.
we've got about 5 to 7 seconds.
Rangers
Yeah.
might just do a safe one or try and get a 2-ball hit.
The Wessex refs just telling him just to stay to the other side of the court, given there's only 4 seconds left, it looks like. And there it is. A Rangers win, final score 18-10. It was a really good game, and actually Rangers came out so aggressive, and just Bees didn't have the arms to back it today.
No, either you match the aggression or you take control completely. It's very hard to do that with Rangers because they're so attentive and very quick on the counters.
I think, given the Bees are missing quite a lot of their starting lineup, they've done really well to call that to quite a close game.
Definitely.
I think they'll be looking forward to having some of their players back next meet, but you know, it's not a bad going. Against a strong Rangers side, it's not a bad going.
Don't you have a game to get off to now?
Now I'm commentating the next one.
Oh, you commentate. Oh.
So you will hear my dulcet tones for the next game, and Mandy will still be operating, so hopefully we'll get the times right.
I think you're commentating with Matt.
Oh, I will be with Matthew Wheel, who I won't say anything about because he did really good that game. Please don't tell him.
Very proud of you, Matt.
We did really well, Matt. Right, we'll catch you in a bit. Thank you, Maddie, for joining me. It's been a pleasure, and make sure you stay tuned for the next game. Bye-bye. Right. Oh, we're on.
So,
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we're on.
Can't turn the microphone on. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Hello, welcome back. It's me again, Dom Smith, and I'm joined now by...
Matt Wheel from Manchester Bees, who you just saw lose to Bedford Rangers.
in a close, very good game, of which we were commentating greatly on. But resilience is Bees.
Yeah, it was a really good game. Can't fault Rangers there. They did play really well. There was a bit of contention about a headshot in the middle, and
It was a good game.
it happens. And yeah, they played really well. My personal, well, I'm going to go away and think about how many times I got caught by Tamas Ward there.
Yeah, we're saying how you had it quite hard on that side against such force as Tamas Ward. It's such a good.
Yeah. Anyway, on to the current game. Let's forget about that for
Usual
until I go back and watch
thing.
the footage. Yeah.
Lutterworth Meteors versus London Storm. Storm currently caused an upset last fixture, beating current champions Leamington Spartans. And actually, the last time these two teams faced, London Storm came out on top.
This was the end of the season, wasn't it?
End of season.
Final
yeah.
game.
Final game of the season. London Storm beating Lutterworth Meteor. On that Meteor side, we do have the return of Brett Koenig after coming back from Worlds with an oblique injury.
Yeah, very a key player for Meteors. He does kind of like he's a bit of a glue for the team, and he's an excellent coach. He knows the game really, really well, and he's fantastic at pointing out the mistakes that people make, as well as
And doing that,
mechanically being pretty good.
yeah. Oh, watch that back, please, Brett. Though.
Yeah, you see that nursing the back injury from that tombstone catch there. Yeah, but even without him, the Meteors players are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
Nathan David in the number 14 shirt there, the Bluff World Champion MVP, World Championships MVP in Canada just a couple of months ago.
I think this is Meteors lineup. They're just so strong and gel together so well. They all play the same game,
Yeah.
which is quite chaotic, but it works. Like, even without Brett Koenig last fixture, they did best Bedford Rangers.
Yeah, they all know that strategy like super well. All very smart dodgeballers. Cameron on the Storm side now is, I believe he was in the first team last season as well, but
Yes, he was.
one of like the newer players to the first team, but he's such an excellent player. He's incredibly agile.
And one of the shorter ones.
One of the shorter ones, which does help in dodgeball as well. It makes you that little bit harder to hit.
Very agile, very quick player. In contrast to the usual Storm style, which is fast and aggressive. You have big arms such as Steve Dunby and Johnny Day. You may see James Fowler sitting off for this game though. I believe he's got a back injury.
Yeah, I've heard this. I've not heard the details, but I believe in the Bees versus Storm game last league meet, actually, he pulled his back up. Great catch there from Sam Laverty on the Storm side. I'd say that's his bread and butter, to be honest. That throw and then drop down for that after throw catch.
He really puts his whole body into it when he drops there. Everyone, Jamie Craddock being brought up from the 2s to the 1s for this fixture. They're currently next to Steve.
Oh, they have Johnny as well. I'd heard that Johnny was not going to be here today, but or was it one of Johnny and Steve? I heard, but no, they've got both of their mainstay wingers. London Storm first team players for many years now, and they're the two that give the Storm that the idea of throw really, really hard at you with two big cannons on the wings. And absolutely still do that. Johnny's throw is scary to stare down.
It's a very scary throw, but he also throws it in such a weird style. He throws it with quite a whip.
Yeah.
You don't know the release point. But Steve is quite set in how he throws. It's quite a regimented style, how you see across most of dodgeball.
Yeah, which is not to say the pace on it is not also quite scary.
Oh no, it's a very scary throw. Then backing those two throwers up, you've got some fantastic catches in the middle. Sam Laverty and Cam Melton especially, very, very renowned catchers.
Yeah, it's a balanced team in that Storm side these days. Good single there from Sam Lab, just on the outside of the body of Kristoffersson. Kristoffersson's probably going to feel like he should have taken the catch there, but in reality, if you put it like just outside of that zone, then it does make that catch a bit harder.
They're very even in this set. We are 4-4. Meteors with that 2-ball.
Great single.
Again, as you're saying, Steve's throw, it's got such potency. You can hear the chants of Steve whenever he hits it. 4-3 up currently in this set.
Meteors waiting for the fake there from Storm and then sending the free throw afterwards because they know they're going to release on that one. Great free throw from Brett onto Cameron, but Sam Lab takes the after throw catch once again. Like I said, bread and butter.
Now what can Brett do 1v4? We've seen him win these. We've seen him win 1v6s. What can he do in his first fixture back from injury?
What do you say his normal style is? I'm thinking he'll try and give him possession and then... Ooh, good shot.
And he'll do that.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
And he'll do that.
Usually possession and then a free throw, but he's going quite aggressive here. I think he's quite low on time. 5 seconds left by my reckoning on this clock.
Yeah. And London Storm taking that one.
Good patience there from Storm. It doesn't really matter if Cameron gets in on that, or if Brett hits any of the singles, because he needs to hit 3 or 4 singles in a row just to bring it back.
Not much time left in that set.
Oh, I did it wrong. Apologies, just figuring out the scoreboard here. There we go.
We are all learning as a commentary team. We've got a lot of people in here who've not done the commentary and operating before. I say Alex Such was a one-man army last season, and he's now brought in people to help him. So apologies if things go wrong. Just let us know in the comments, and we will try and fix them. Well, we can't fix that throw from Steve as he's taking a great shot at Dan Evans there, forcing him back. So, Meteors, this is a kind of a must-win game. They just lost to Leamington Spartans in a very, very close game.
Was that earlier today? I didn't actually catch that.
Earlier today, yeah. Leamington Spartans beat Lutterworth Meteors earlier today, and Sam Lab straight at Joe's pocket. You'd back Joe to catch them any day.
I found these balls a bit... they're hard to get a good grip on sometimes, the ones on this court. The blue ones on the other court are not quite the same, but these ones were a little bit harder to grip, which makes it great for catching. Ooh. And that's why I'm going to say that I was caught by the time I saw my first game. But you've got to be like a bit smarter about when you're throwing those single balls. So you see Joe Brown, if we're going to talk about more bread and butter, Joe Brown's bread and butter is sitting at the back of the court on his knees and taking single ball catches. So Storm need to kind of recognise that they're not maybe getting as much precision on the balls as they thought they might, and think about their targets a bit better. Maybe Joe Brown isn't the person to send a ball straight at.
Joe Brown's role really in this team is to stand in the middle and take catches. It's what he does best. But when you look at this Meteors lineup, who do you throw at?
It's true. I mean, that's what makes the top Super League teams is you don't really give the opponent any options to throw at. Yeah. Any one of these guys is going to take a catch if you put it right at him.
That's what you see at the highest level, is catching is so much on. Everyone can make a catch and no one's a safe throw. And then the throws are so fast at this level.
Yeah, it's a bit of a balance. It's an arms race, if you will, of...
That was the worst pun so far. And I did a lot last game.
I apologise for that in some way.
You missed all the B puns I made through your game, don't worry.
Oh, excellent. I'm going to enjoy that watching it back.
Oh. And yes, it did ricochet back onto Nathan Kristoffersson, but there was then a catch.
Did Johnny get caught?
Yep, and Johnny got caught. Which, again, Johnny just needs to put his arm into that throw. It did seem like he was holding that back slightly. If they are looking to win this game, they do need to use that throwing power.
Yeah, 100%. I like the double sleeve look that Johnny's got going on. It looks like he's got red flames on his biceps to make them go faster.
Ah, go faster stripes. Maybe I should get them. Or maybe he throws to both arms now and just to really put people off. Random left whip coming from Johnny Day, maybe.
Nick Mester, number 22, coming on for Meteors, subbing on for Simon. Another excellent catcher.
And Christopherson takes it.
One of the two Nathans on the team, Christopherson, number 5, taking that catch on the single there.
A great post throw there. What is interesting in this game is Tim Day is not in the starting lineup, but he was an ex-Storm player. He was on this Storm team for years.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rivalry from him.
Some would say they're like brothers to him.
Some would say that, yes. To be clear for that terrible, terrible joke, Tim Day in the bib there, just handing the ball into his teammates on the right, is the brother of the Storm player who is in the outbox with the rainbow headbands. Johnny Day, the very tall man.
It's great to see sibling rivalry in this sport, and actually these friendly rivalries do help build this competition up.
Yeah, 100%. Everyone knows each other these days in the community. I don't know, you'll get that on a lot of like big sports as well. You know, the football players are all like have all kind of like played each other in matches and stuff. But if you can see a lot of people like hanging out in the front of the live streams and stuff here, everyone's crowding around watching games together when they're off. Everyone's sitting on the benches together and talking to teammates. A lot of people switching teams as well. And the community is just so strong. Everyone knows each other. Everyone's got friends everywhere. And that just makes, you know, some strong, some bitter rivalries, as you will in any sport, but a lot of friendly rivalries as well. And it's just such a fun game to play against your friends.
It's what I was saying to Maddie in the last stream, that if you are not a dodgeball player and you're spectating this, firstly, become a dodgeball player and find your local club on the British Dodgeball website. The community is great and brilliant, and everyone here is a little dodgeball family, even though we pelt each other with balls every weekend.
Yeah, it's a great way to take your anger out on your friends a little bit.
Having quite a long pause here, so we'll just keep chatting whilst we wait. Yeah, it seems like there's a decision. I don't know what the contention could be here. Adam Badley seems to be leading this discussion.
Let's have a look at the Wessex game. Wessex versus White Tigers. Looks like 11-5 to White Tigers.
Yeah, so going across the hall right now on court 4 women's game, we have in Women's League 1 Wessex Wolves against Leicester Enderby White Tigers, I think they're now. We have got Leeds Owls against
that's 5-1 to Wessex, now 7-1 to Wessex, sorry.
Wessex really coming ahead in that game. Back to this game, and on court 1 here, Coventry Silverbacks against Leamington Spartans.
Spartans currently 8-4 up at half-time against Coventry.
And we're leaving Cam Melton here in a 1v3.
Good pre-throw there from Brett to hit Dan out, but then Cameron coming back at him to make the avenge hit. Obviously, a great trade at this point for Meteors. When you're 4-2 up, if you can take a 1-for-1, then absolutely perfect. Down to 3v1. Cameron with an absolutely huge jump over the top there. Joe just stuck in under it and opting to take the 3 balls from his own team.
What I tell my juniors at the Norwich Junior Club is, dodgeball at its simplest is a maths game, and you always want to be one up on your opponent mathematically.
Good 3-ball attack there. They send the 2 balls on the left at the same time to try and like avoid that catch, and then a slight delay from the player on the right just to be able to track the dodge a little bit better and follow him down to make the hit.
We are currently 6 up to Meteors against 2 to Storm. Meteors coming out aggressive is what we expect from them. We have had a substitution on the Storm side. See how it has an impact.
Was it half-time?
Are you just confirming there?
Just working out the time there. I think it's a couple of minutes till half-time. Not going to have the exact time left though, sadly.
Yeah, when the referee pauses time, we do try and communicate with the refs and see how long's left, but it is difficult. They are quite far away from us, but we will try and keep it updated on the time. Whilst you wait, don't focus on the time, focus on the dodgeball. Think what's going on here.
So Tim Day there throwing a single, Sam Lab on the Storm side, throwing a cross-court after throw. It was a good hit, but Brett on the Meteor side is facing him off straight down the side and there to avenge him again. That kind of like back and forth, covering your teammates is the very standard. Oh.
And there's Joe Brown again, taking that single ball catch.
Are you surprised?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Surprised he hasn't done more. Now, let's see how Storm first debutee Jamie Craddock does against 6 Meteors players.
Good block there on the free throw against Brett.
Jamie Craddock is a fantastic player. He has played alongside some of the Northern Ireland players.
I think he spent a year there, didn't he? Playing with Northern Ireland players.
Alongside Northern Ireland, a lot of the Capel boys. And it'll be brought up from the 2s to the 1 for this fixture. And being sent straight back down into the outbox.
Catching the second ball there, but unfortunately hit by the first already. And now just indicating that he's not left a nice sweat patch on the floor for Johnny to come in and clean up.
Thank you, Jamie Craddock. Meteors have just come out so aggressive into this. And they're clinical with their catches too, but they're not letting any breathing space for London Storm.
Yeah, if you've never heard it before, we have a saying in dodgeball called catchers win matches. It can really be the turning point when like everything else is equal. It's like a huge advantage. If you can have like a bit of an edge over your opponent with you've got better single ball throws, you're better on the counter when you only have 2 balls, but if you've got if you take a few catches in that match and your other team doesn't, it just completely counteracts all of those like small margins that you make with the throwing and the countering, well, all the throwing related things.
For those wondering why person on Meteors wasn't out, Brett wasn't out. Sam Love was hit before release, so the ref did call Brett back in saying, no, you're not out for that.
Good hit there from Joe. Looks for the catch afterwards, but doesn't make it.
Meteors going very, very aggressive when they are so far up in the set. I don't think you needed that.
Yeah, it's... Ooh. Oh, and that's a huge turnaround.
Nick Mester does what Nick Mester does, taking that ricochet catch. So aware he is.
Fortunate timing for Storm there, because I think that was the end of the set as well. Just one more dodge would have taken them to a draw for that set.
Looking at halftime, Meteors 10-2 up. Storm really struggling to get into this. After taking so many catches early on in this match, Storm are now really struggling to get that tempo back from Meteor. What do you think they should do, Matt?
Well, the simple answer is...
Hit more shots.
Hit more, get caught less.
That's his dodgeball.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's those catches really are kind of like punishing Storm quite a bit. The worst thing about like a really good tactic is to get their best player out. The bad thing about that is if you focus on that too much and get their best player out first, and then they've got lots of good catches, their best player then comes in after having a nice little like minute and a half rest, and then they get caught back in, and then they come back on and ruin your day.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
For those who are interested in more of Matt's commentary analysis, I will plug in his YouTube channel, Matt Does Dodge here. Search him out on YouTube, subscribe, hit that bell. Matt Does Dodge. You'll hear more of his tones as he analyses more games for you.
Was that analysis really that insightful? It triggered that.
I've seen you do better.
I usually have a lot more time to prepare.
I think Storm just really need to be matching that aggression again. Meteors are coming out firing, and Storm just aren't using their arms, which is not like Storm. Just hit more people, win more games.
Yeah. And this is a brief insight into the difficulties of being a coach in dodgeball. It's hard to look at a game when you're playing or when you're even in the outbox timing and trying to give advice on like how many balls your team has got and stuff, thinking about subs, trying to organise that, and as well thinking like, what's the strategy here that isn't working exactly?
I think we just need to get hits. I think that's all it is Storm are not hitting those single balls. And the men's game is such a single ball orientated game that missing so many crucial ones in the set and giving their catches is costing them.
Yeah, makes your middle players really valuable. Because not only do you need them to be able to like come forward and and send an absolute rocket at one of their players, then they need to go back to that back line and make some kind of dodge or sit for a catch or something and stay alive on the other team's single ball attack as well.
I'd like to believe that Storm can bring this back. They're usually so good when facing a back wall. So let's see what they can do now they're on a side more preferential to their style of throw hard. It does seem that Storm are coming out more firing there. Steve and Johnny getting high up ball.
Yeah, immediately looking a little bit more aggressive.
It's like they had a bit of a wake-up during that half-time. Yeah, there we are.
Great start there
Just
from Steve.
Just they're taking more of these single hits. All what's needed.
Nathan not making a big dodge there. Kind of like a half turn. You kind of need to make a big movement one way or the other, or sit there for the catch.
Yeah. Indecisiveness is what gets you out in
exactly. Spot on.
Pick one. Go for the big hit or commit to that catch. Go for that dodge or commit to the catch, really.
Tim Day is now on for Meteors there on the opposite side, on the far left. Oh, great catch from Steve.
With that catch announced.
Unfortunately, no teammates to bring back in, so he only gets the elimination
and you can see
against Joe Brown.
The frustration is Steve.
Yeah. As he realises that there's no teammates to remove again. However, they were already 6-5 up, so a trade is completely fine for them. Takes them to 5-4 up. You keep trading down, and then by the end of the set, you've already won it.
And Jamie Crouch, fantastic throw there. Taking out Nathan David and surviving in the process. I don't know about you, I'm sure that Johnny Day could have reached that ball. Three balls just been rescued from the other court. Straight to Storm side, they are 2 players up.
Meteors look for the pre-throw. Johnny's ready for it. He knows that Brett likes to send in a pre-throw when he's on the defense.
He loves a good free throw catch, and he's done it again.
And again, the placement on that, like Brett is set for the catch, waiting for it to come in, but the placement just off the top of the shoulder is absolutely perfect.
But we are leaving in catches. We have got Nick Messer, who is a very, very strong catcher.
Yeah, Tim Day on the left, more of a throwing player. Probably him sending the singles here. Oh,
Jamie Craddock is doing
great pre-throw there from Jamie.
Well done, Jamie Craddock, this set. They've come out so much more firing on all cylinders.
Nick with about 30 seconds left to try and take that catch. I think hit first, so no catch there. Yeah, first one hit him on the knee. So even though we caught the second one, doesn't count yet because it's already out.
You can almost say Storm have started to catch wind of them. Oh, sorry, that's my bad pun of the day. Let's carry on.
You've already told me that you've made more of that, though.
I'm here all day. Literally, I've been here since 8:30.
Maybe forgive the delusion a little bit, though.
Help. So now, actually, Storm are starting to claw us back. We are 10-4 up. If Storm can come up with that anger and aggression, they can claw us back, but they need to be playing that style.
Yeah, that was a confident set win from Storm as well.
I am not sure the brief. Well,
don't need it.
They may have needed it. Trading 1 for 1, one day for another day. And once more, Brett going for that free throw catch.
I think Brett free throws every time they have one ball.
Yeah.
My analysis of him. And he's usually pretty lethal with it.
Yeah, he's quite good with it, to be fair.
There's a reason he does it. Now Meteors the one with 4 balls. Very quick turnaround in the set. Sending 2 balls. Oh. And a 3rd ball at Jamie while he's just trying to recover the ball there. Unfortunately, I think catching him straight on the nose.
Yeah, so I was expecting Meteors to go out aggressive. You cannot give a team like Meteors 4 balls. They will punish it every single time. The time has been paused, Maddie. Our operator, Maddie, just pausing the time, just while the rest discuss this.
Yeah, I think I'm meant to be doing the operating as well, but thankfully Maddie is doing it for me.
This is a much better Storm team. They are now actually going out with that aggression. But giving away 4 balls to Meteors is just so high risk.
Yeah.
They will hit those throws and they will punish Steve. That last ball, they would not leave a player like Steve in that 4-ball attack.
Yeah, you've got to be smart about your ball control. That's it's probably one of the most important parts. I guess you need to be able to throw and hit someone when you've got 4 and 5 balls, which often enough doesn't happen. But the whole structure of the game is built around trying to get either 3 or 2 balls, whether you're on the attack or the defense. And that's why we see this kind of like back and forth play. Because if you give a team 4 and 5 balls, like especially at the Super League level, they will be lethal with it.
At a higher level, you will punish more for giving away balls. In the lower leagues, you see a lot more of this sporadic releasing, giving away 4 and 5. Ooh.
Nathan David looking for the trade there to try and take it from 5-1 to 5-2 to 4-1. Got some great movement from both Sam Lav and Dan.
The thing about Brett, he's such a showboater as well.
So I'm attempting the free throw there, but the cover high from Brett he's just absolutely 100% ready for it.
Meteors just closing out that set. Storm needs to switch up their style again. They've gone back to
back to a new style.
They've gone back to reserved free throwing. Free throwing isn't working for them. They need to go aggressive with the counter attacks.
See what they can bring to the table now. Storm winning the 3 balls. Going to try and get the quick start.
Okay, quick start's risky there.
Ooh. Johnny fakes a couple of times and then sends one late.
And that's good.
Great after throw there from Cam.
And there we go, Storm.
On the Storm side
and
against
this is
Brett.
what Storm needed to do. They needed to go aggressive. Not with the pre-throws, which haven't been working for them, but go with that counter-attack.
Meteor's generally a really good trading team when it starts to open up like that. But just mechanically really good play from Storm there. Getting out of the way of the throws coming back at them from Meteors and pinpoint accuracy to not miss that player on the floor or give them that tombstone catch as Brett likes to do so much. I'd favour Meteors in a long game where they keep doing that.
They're so mechanically smart and tactically sound.
Oh, and a fantastic catch.
Johnny Day he almost does that perfectly. He goes for that cross court and then sets himself ready, knowing it's coming.
Fantastic free throw there. From Nathan David on the right against Sam Lav in the middle.
But they do take out Simon Jones in the process. Yeah. So still keeping that 1-player advantage. That trading style is working for them.
Meteors there, just looking to burn one of the balls so that they only have 2. A lot of teams fancy themselves a bit better on the counter-attack. However, a very accurate double ball throw from Storm gets Nick Mester just on the feet as he jumped.
It is down to... It is now down to Storm to close out this set.
Nice.
And fantastic.
Unfortunate bounce straight into Nathan David's face on the Meteor side there. A fast counter to get the hit, but then Cameron quick on the cover to finish off Meteors for this set, taking them to 12-6. Still plenty of time left in this game for Storm.
Storm can still bring us back.
Yeah. If they win, so with the 3-minute sets, if they win the next 2 sets, then there'll be about a minute 30 set left. And they win that one, then we're back to 12-12. Got to always be thinking about this as a player in dodgeball. Like, do we need to start rushing sets and ending them as fast as possible, or if we just does the math work out straight? If we just take the next sets, we don't need to panic. We can play nice and calm and collected. That's what Storm need to do now. They can look for that aggression, but it's got to be controlled aggression. And Meteors absolutely lethal there with basically all free throws. Storm coming up looking to throw, but not being able to get that block off from the power of the Meteors throws.
Against such a strong throwing side of Storm, it is the right strategy to do. Slow down that speed. Make them have to take that extra cautious step. They're aware of that free throw. And Meteors are executing it perfectly.
Oh, great single there, tracking Nick as he moved across the court. Storm now with 2 balls.
And a great shot there.
What we call in dodgeball, there's a few different names. Call it an 88 or an aces, where the 2 players on one side of your 3-ball attack throw 1 high and 1 low. but they drew. Oh, nice. Oh,
good honesty there,
they drew the Storm player into a block high, and then the second ball comes across low and hits him on the legs.
Hellishly hard to avoid, and you've got two balls coming at you at different heights.
Yeah.
You have to decide early if you're jumping one, if you're blocking one, and usually it's too late.
Yeah.
Why the aces is so effective, and Meteors so effective with that in that set.
Ooh. That was a Tim Day on Johnny Day throw right there, just hit him on the back leg. Let's have a look around the other courts just while getting off in this, kicking off in this set. Forwarding. 16-6 to Spartans against Coventry on court 1. Court 3. You see the Sheriff score?
I can't see the score.
That's like
Nope, there's a Dan Gittings head in the way.
21. It says 21-4.
I assume it's probably
Leeds.
24 towards Leeds. Leeds look like they're dominating their game. And then at the far court we have got White Tigers and Country Crocodiles.
13-3 to
White Tigers.
White Tigers. Yeah. Sorry, the other way around. No. It's Wessex. Wessex versus White Tigers.
Wessex White Tigers, there we go.
Wessex are up 13-3.
I have to apologise, we've been here all day. It's a long day here in St. George's
I have no
Park.
excuse.
I have
Great
a
shot
lot
there
of
from
excuses.
Cameron, dodging that pre-throw from Brett on the right side. Making the hit just on his side. 3v3 now.
Meteors are playing this so well, they're just slowing this game down. They don't care if they lose
Big
these
jump from
sets.
Sam Laverty on the Storm side there, great dodge. And I think a pre-throw from Cameron from the opposite side making the hit.
It looks
I think maybe a line fault as
Yeah, I
he
was
slipped
gonna
on the
say,
middle.
I think Christoph Vincent slips in the line forward.
Unfortunately, we'll probably still be out.
Yep, I would say still should be out. I mean, it's harsh, but
Yeah. We try to stop time to get stuff like that cleared up. It doesn't cause issues for the players, but
I might have to leave you, Matt. They finished early on my court, and my game is about to begin. So,
fantastic. Well, who are you playing?
I'll leave Maddie to join you. We have got our game against Bedford Rangers. So,
Derby Phantoms versus Bedford Rangers over on that side.
yes. So I'll go warm up. Thank you for joining me today, everyone, and I will leave you with Matt Wheel and Addy Smith.
There's a plug behind you. It's like a cable, white cable.
Yeah, I see it. Oh, I see.
That's white. Oh, it's underneath. No, it's behind that. Yeah, under your chair. Just swing the phone in it. But I don't need it. Thank you.
I think that's the ref discussion at the minute, trying to work out whether or not Nathan Christopherson should be out for slipping over the line. It's a bit of a tough one because you're being hard done by there, but you could use that as an excuse for... Yeah, exactly. You could use that as an excuse for, oh, I wouldn't have been hit if I didn't slip or whatever. After throw there from Simon. Storm player just looking for the catch, unfortunately unable to take it. Nick Messer with the block on the right side. I think it bounced against Cam on the Storm side. Both teams looking to rush here. Ooh, Simon Jones on the Meteor side, not quite to keep able to keep his hands on that throw there. Cross court from Nick as he backs up. Ooh, pre-throw from Nick and then into the dodge. Storm sent one over his head. And then Sam Lav on the Storm side just taking the trade to end the set. Take us to 14-8, I believe. With only 3 minutes left. I think it's 14-8. With only 3 minutes left, it would be very difficult for Storm to bring it back. They need to win a set in in under 2 minutes, and then win another set before time runs out, and then win the final set. Mathematically quite difficult. However, obviously always points on the line. End of the season, that set difference can matter. So neither team wanting to give up anything, any easy points here. 2-ball throw there. A bit against split targets from Storm. You don't normally look to go at the same person. Maybe just looking to rush it and try and be super aggressive. Oh, Steve across the back line there, unfortunately. I don't think he was hit, but just took that step too far back. After throw there from Brett against Johnny. Pre-throw there from the Meteor side on the left, but Ian Barrett is just ready for it, pins him down and gets the hit still. As well as the 2-ball hit on the right against Brett. So Storm now 1 player up. Meteor's on the counter though. A bit of miscommunication there. I think they both wanted to go, but weren't quite both ready at the same time. They'll take 4 instead. Certainly backing themselves, making a hit there. Did Nith just catch that, I think? Hit on the foot anyway by the throw from Simon. Yes, a catch. Tim is back in. The free throw caught there, unfortunately. And a 2-ball attack from the Meteor side. Great catch there from Sam Ladd. Pre-throw then catch. Jumps over the... Oh, jumps over as he storms forward. No pun intended. So confidently takes that hit. Some would say that's a bit of a risky hit. You may be potentially going to get caught there, but when you're pushing for points and you got to take it. Storm looking to rush here. It's unfortunately, I think, technically impossible. 2 sets down. And I think this is going to be a final minute set. If there's less than 1 minute left when a set ends, then you just get one final 1 minute set. So unless we have the times wrong. I think this will be a final 1 minute set. Block there from Tim as he comes forward. They hold for 3 instead. Well, 4 balls from Meteors. 2 balls on the right. Big jump from Johnny. Despite being very tall, he is still very agile. It's still a disadvantage being so tall, but like the agility certainly helps. We'll single down the middle from Tim with a very solid thrower. Meteors a player up with, I think someone said 40 seconds. Yeah, 40 seconds left. Steve with the block charging forward. Storm, I'd say pushing it a bit too hard, but they do need to get 5 outs in a short amount of time. Probably look for a catch here, fish quite hard. It's up, it's up. Oh, he's line followed. Not a catch, unfortunately. Couple of good hits there. 8 seconds left. BTR is just going to hold. They're not going to do anything. Oh. BTR's no mercy. There we go. And that's the game. I think set there to Meteors. Takes us to 16-10 at the end. Respectable score for Storm. I don't think they're going to be too upset with that. Thank you very much for joining us. The next game we have on this court is Wessex versus Nottingham Sheriffs. Wessex Wolves versus Nottingham Sheriffs. Yeah, catch you then. Welcome back to the British Dodgeball live stream of National League. This is round 2 out of 9 the season. Today, well, we've got a lot of games today. At the minute, we've got Nottingham Sheriffs lining up against Wessex Wolves. Both teams so far on a 2 and 3 loss streak. Sheriffs have lost to Killerbees and Phantoms, both close games, and Wessex lost to Phantoms, Coventry and Storm a little bit more decisively. But this is Super League and anything can happen. The favourites here you'd normally say would be Sheriffs, having finished the season I think 4th last year, and Wessex
Lower down.
Yeah. Well, once again, this is Super League and anything can happen.
The other thing is this is also a very new look Wessex team.
Literally.
Well, yeah, new kit for their 10-year anniversary, I believe, which I quite like. But it has divided opinion on whether they should stick with their colours.
Yeah, I think it's a nice kit. The controversy is switching from their blue and white kit to black and gold. Are you allowed to switch colours? Of course you are. Are people going to go, hey, you're meant to be blue and white? Of course they are.
If that's the least controversial thing, the most controversial thing that happens, I will be mightily impressed. Something off court is always more preferable to something on court.
Yeah, it's true.
Lovely catch in the middle.
Bam copping.
Yeah, I think the throw probably wasn't placed the best, but it still left him quite a bit of work to do to actually secure it.
Yeah, you're gonna be kicking yourself there to put a throw down down the middle of someone.
Yeah, pretty much anyone on this Sheriff's team is probably going to take those sort of catches. So.
Oh, I didn't do it. I'm sorry.
Did you not do it? Did you actually?
Okay, so full disclosure, I was left with one job when starting the stream, was to start the timer, and I have not done that. So I do apologise.
How long has roughly been played?
About a minute gone.
Maybe, approximately,
yeah.
give or take. Yeah, so I think this matchup really is relying on Wessex being able to get hits where the Sheriffs are fishing.
Yeah.
Because I feel they've not got the strength, power and accuracy behind their throws to just get hits without being caught.
Ooh. This catch there on the Wessex side. They've accidentally fumbled it up for the catch. But we'll take them.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Suddenly they brought this back to 6-3 down? Or at least back to 4-4. Oh, 2 catches from the Sheriff side there.
The very controversial 2-ball attack into 3 balls, managing to get a hit, and then on the 3-ball counter, it's a phrase that we do not hear often in dodgeball, managing to take 2 catches. That is, wow.
Not ideal from the Wessex side. Obviously, a bit of 2 bits of individual brilliant play from Sheriffs there taking the catch. But from the Wessex side, you've really got to be coordinated on your counter attacks. You don't want to be sending single balls down the throat of Dave Prestige on the Sheriff side for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, great dodge there in the middle from Wessex. From a cheeky little cross court into the middle.
This lateral movement there from Jamie Hughes, just deciding, actually, we've got 6 players on, we don't even need to bother looking for the catches yet.
Wessex, however.
Wessex have different opinions on the matter.
So Mark Gillingham on the Wessex side there. He's been with the team for a long while now.
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying his name right. I do apologise if not. Might be Gillingham. I think it's probably Gillingham, isn't it? Not Gillingham.
What if we just stick with Mark?
Mark, that's a good idea.
We're safe on that.
Hope I haven't got that wrong.
Oh, that's a nice catch.
Play opening up a bit there from Dave's catch, but the only real outcome is Presley takes the catch on the single, bringing Jamie back in. Jamie, was that?
Always quite annoying when that happens, where you get a lovely post throw, hit a player out, but then it's only when you look back and see someone on your team holding the ball that they threw that you realise actually it doesn't count, they were already out.
Yep.
And another catch made there. Again, just coming quite centre of mass, which I think Sheriffs are going to take all day.
Yeah, the same. This is Super League. You can't afford to throw a ball at anybody's chest here.
My play in the last game would beg to differ. If you do wish to throw at my chest, I will probably drop it. So.
Oh, do I? I'm right there with you. That's why I always have a ball in my hand.
And I think just a clip there, I think he wasn't sure whether it did get him. And a whole lot of nothing.
Fantastic stance there from from Ben Cool in the air. He stands like he's riding a horse with his arms splayed out and his legs just kind of stay there.
Now, if there are any photoshoppers watching,
I'd like to see Ben Cool riding a horse in midair.
Please do email your suggestions in, ideally to Alex Such, because he may not have any idea what's happening and why he's receiving this. So that would be glorious.
Good 3-ball attack there from, I'll say, throwing all 3 balls of 5 from the Wessex side to get Dom Holmes out on the Sheriff side. I imagine every commentator said this so far, but Dom Holmes on the Sheriff side is a former Phantoms player, new to the Sheriff side, but fantastic winger. Okay, do you want to unpack that?
Yeah, I think Jamie actually was still in. I believe it was a hit on the player before they released. He was still in. And I believe then there was a lot of one-for-one trading elsewhere. And I think the end result should be a 2-2. But viewers at home can obviously go back.
They probably know a little bit better. It seemed like the
icon as well. You can change the speed of it as well and watch it in half speed. And
unfortunately, the refs don't have that privilege. Even though we do have the live streams going right now, there is an official rule in place that we're not allowed to use the live replays to see what happened, which is smart, really. It opens a can of worms for trying to get everything replayed to the refs.
The other thing is also we've got 2 courts. We've only got the 1 live stream session at the moment. Did have a chat with Alex earlier about possibly having another one set up, but really, in fairness' sake, you need it on both courts. So, not going to happen anytime soon, I'm afraid.
Yeah, definitely. Would be good, but not quite there yet. Just to look at some of the other courts, we've got Bedford Rangers playing against Derby Phantoms, or Great Prito there from Josh Gordon back on this court. Bev's going 2 players up with that.
The
off a single
on the other court is 6-2 to Bedford as well. So you know.
We've got Honeybees versus the name has escaped me. I know that team. Team in blue.
Stag. Hearts.
Hertfordshire Stags.
Yeah, maybe.
Apologies to that team. That name has just completely slipped my mind. The team in blue, Hertfordshire Stags, are up 4-0 at the minute.
Ooh.
And then on the far court, looks like that game has just started. We have Spartans 2.
Nighthawks.
This is Norwich Nighthawks.
And that is a very nice vertical there from Jamie. Just staying well clear of both of those balls as they just sailed underneath him. So nicely done. Cheeky attempt, but didn't pay off.
I'd call Dom a cheeky attempt kind of player. He's the kind of player that he'll send a ball at your huddle while you're trying to make a call. Oh, and a block there from Josh Gordon on the Sheriff side. Goes back over without bouncing. Wessex make the catch, which just counts as a regular catch. So Josh Gordon is out. Will Wessex get a player back in? That same player blocks it into his own toe, sadly, shortly afterwards.
Are we definitely on the mic? Because I can't see the...
Hartlepool Mavericks. Oh, thank you, Nick, in the comments. Oh, God. Stags are a uni team. Yeah, that's a very good point. So apologies to Mavericks there. That name just completely gone from my head.
Also, thank you for confirming that we are actually able to be heard. Other than that, or you're a psychic, so... And very nice throw in there from Sheriffs. Just
Block there. And a hit.
just taking out one of the 2 players left in.
Low on time, about 5 seconds left.
Oh.
It's the wrong call. Oh. And a retriever error from the Wessex side. Did you see what happened?
No, I'm not entirely sure, although I do know it is now no longer called a retriever error.
Oh, yeah.
Instead, it is now called a turnover.
Good point, a turnover. I think because the retriever made an error, I'm going to assume. So, Sheriffs get to decide how many balls they want. They say 5, and then time runs out on the clock. Unfortunately for that Wessex player there. So that Sheriffs go 4-2 up now. Some cheering from the other court as Phantoms take a rebound catch to go 1 player up. Current score is 6-4 to Rangers still.
Dave, unfortunately, just couldn't quite keep hold of that ball. It was placed very, very low, so I think anyone else wouldn't have been surprised to not catch it. But
similarly, Ben Cool hit on a low throw there from Tom on the after throw on the Wessex side.
And this goes back to what I was saying earlier, that I think this game will really come down to who can throw just slightly off the body and then force the other players to think they can go for it when they can't quite reach it there.
Yeah, good placement there across the body of Josh Gordon from the Wessex team, and Josh Gordon just opting to leave it well alone. But that's the kind of areas you need to be throwing.
Yeah, it's definitely one where I think had he known exactly who was throwing it, that could have been a slight step to the side and secured. But instead, leaving it.
Ending up being a trade there for Wessex as the after throw comes across from Dom Holmes, tried to combine his names there. That's fine. Wessex looking for another trade there, but unfortunately can't get the hit. Back on Dom.
I believe this leaves all 5 balls on the Sheriff's side as well, so they can almost certainly go another player up.
Yeah, sending 3 balls straight down the middle.
Indeed, that is the case.
Yeah, it's always painful when you think you're trading, which if you end up like hitting each other, then you're trading in players, but also in balls at the same time. And then the ball hits you and goes back to the other side, and you've actually given away 4 or 5 balls.
And that's really nice work there by Sheriffs, just taking the trade, 1-for-1 trade when you're already a player up and it's this few players. Well worth it.
Big dodge into the air there, and Sheriffs just slightly overcorrect. Jumps through the air.
Yeah, Ewan's definitely another player that does love to take a catch, so they've really got to make sure their throws...
Oh, there you go.
And as I said,
commentators anti-curse.
Their throws weren't quite together, and he makes a catch, so...
Yeah. Sheriffs have definitely got better than that in their pocket. That's 2 strong throws on that side, but just got the timing slightly wrong and absolutely punished. Shot. No hit call by the ref. That one definitely bounces.
On either side, so.
Bounce there. No time left. 12 seconds. Last play.
Yeah. And we do, I would say, have a controversy bigger than Wessex's shirts. So.
Yeah, Dom feeling a little bit hard done by there because he thought he hit on the on that initial throw. Fortunately, well, it'd be easier to see if you go back and slow-mo the live stream there, but It looked from here like it was a hit. Maybe that's wrong. None of the refs called it as well, and there is, 6 refs looking at that play, who have a bit of a better angle to see like where it bounces in front of the foot.
Yeah, it is one where you do need so many different vantage points to be able to ref this game effectively.
Yeah.
We've obviously only got the one at the moment. We are looking into possibly having a central court cam as well.
That'd be good.
But obviously we're limited by the technology of our time, and we only have the one. So
yeah, no other sport has figured it out either. They just have one camera on all the time. One day, someone will work it out.
And a little bit of chat going on, I think, around exactly what happened at the end.
You think they... Okay.
And
I think ref saying there they can't have 2 people in the outbox. So Catherine, the Sheriff's coach, has gone to stand outside instead. We'll pass the time on for Sheriffs. That coach position, certainly underrated. You might be able to hear Catherine there shouting the time back on. There's about, I would say 1:30.
yes,
Yeah, so I think we're
a little under a minute left.
Yeah, a little under a minute at the minute. Don't look at the time on the screen.
And that's another one where there is a slight difference between...
Catch there from Dom on the single ball, and then the after throw from Jordan Taylor hits the Wessex player on the knees, bounces back into the hands of Ben Cool, and none of that mattered because Dom already made the catch, and that was the end of the play.
Yeah, that player was out 3 times.
Yeah,
That's...
3 different ways. That's impressive. So with maybe about 30 seconds left, Sheriff's up 2 players. All they need to do here, is just draw those balls out. Ben Cool pushing up to try and threaten, just to see if you can draw out another ball. Waste a little bit more time as well. Sheriff's will probably send 1 ball.
And
sent in 2. I like that as well. Send 2 balls at the ball who's going to counter you. Kind of shuts that down. Even if they do get out of the way, it's going to slow down their attack a little bit and just eke out that clock a little bit more.
Catherine being very loud in calling out how long is left of this.
What did you say?
Yeah, I believe it is down to seconds.
Not loud enough. There we go.
And, that is the 0 one.
Yeah, smart play from Sheriffs there. Wessex in a very tough position. They've got to try and force something, but just played perfectly from Sheriffs to finish off that set. Makes us Sheriffs 1 set up at half time.
Yeah, I think this game has been surprisingly tight, I would say. I think Sheriffs have made a lot of catches on arguably the difficult ball, and then fished or just made mistakes on some of the easier ones that you'd expected to get them to get every time. So I think Wessex are definitely still in it. It's just a case of actually having this half time to really nail down what they want to do, ensuring that they don't throw 2 singles at 2 different people and get caught both, things like that. It really will kill your game off.
Yeah, definitely. Just looking over to the Phantoms Rangers game. I don't think that's 8-6. I think 8-6 to Phantoms. Phantoms up 8-6 against Bedford Rangers at the minute.
This is the first game of the half, so there is the chance the ref may have not hit the scoreboard.
There is that chance. Absolutely savage there. Please send your complaints about that comment to @TimDay. It's possible that Phantoms were up, but you'd certainly say they were the underdog coming into this. Bedford Rangers finishing 3rd in the league last season, battling with the top 2 until the end. And Derby Phantoms newly promoted to the Premier League, Super League, Premier League. newly promoted to the Super League, looking to make an impact on their first season up here. But this is Super League, baby. Anything can happen. This would be absolutely huge for a lot of the top teams if Phantoms can take a game off of Bedford Rangers here. Even pushing for a draw would be incredible. Speaking very personally for that as well. Having just lost to Bedford Rangers, it would be really useful if Bedford Rangers now lost their own game.
Yeah. Which, off the top of my head, I think would mean no one has actually got a clean sheet.
I think everyone's been beaten already, yeah. Phantoms currently top of the league as this game stands, I believe. So back to Wessex Sheriffs on this court. Wessex now on the near side. We talk like that? Oh, some exciting stuff going on the other court.
We'll try not to get too distracted and keep doing what we're here to do. If you are also interested in getting involved with the commentary, either as a commentator, an operator of the equipment, or even the graphics and things like that, do get involved. Do message Alex Such, either on Facebook or via email.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel, of course. Wessex there looking for the free throw. A bit too aggressive because Sheriffs can just kind of stand there with their 3 balls and go straight back at them. You've got to be smart about when you free throw on the defensive side. If you leave yourself too open, then, well, obviously they're just going to be there to defend yourself. Exactly like that on the Sheriff side as well. However, Jamie's going to be perfectly happy to take a trade there when they're already 4 players up. But when you do send that free throw, you leave yourself exposed, like, not very set. And if the free throw comes in fast enough, you're likely to be punished.
And one player left in, and I believe there was a little confusion about whether Ewan Graham was out, but he was like, no, I don't care what the refs think, I know I was hit.
I thought he'd blocked it on the floor, to be honest, my initial thought on that, but he was very confident that he had been hit. Good to see honest in players.
I think one of them skimmed his back, which was the one that actually got him, whereas
he probably knew about that,
did bounce. And it's really nice to see honesty in the sport. It is part of dodgeball's ethos.
Yeah, very important. Good double ball counter there from Sheriffs to finish that set off. But yeah, it's a sport that really does live off honesty.
Yeah, by virtue of having 5 balls in play, it's next to impossible to ref everything perfectly. So being able to rely on players actually taking their outs when they know they're out makes the ref's job a lot easier.
In an ideal situation, you'll only really have the refs there to call hits that are like
players are unsure.
Yeah, timings of like, was I hit before I did this, and like, did I get hit before I got caught, and usually those hits like nice low on the feet, like did it bounce first, kind of thing. But it is possible to have a pretty much self-refed dodgeball game. And it's always fantastic when you see other players take like hits for skims and stuff. You think you've actually missed the single, and then they say, "Oh, actually, yeah, sorry, that did hit me." It's a pleasure to see because it makes you feel good because you made the hit as well. Good jumping catch there.
Jumped up into the side and was just able to.
George Greaves, I believe there.
Arguably better, but definitely far more nonchalant catch from Don there. Just blocking a ball down by his knees without even really bending. So, very nicely done. Leaving Sheriffs with 6 players against Wessex's 4.
Again, talking about painful things that happen in dodgeball, emotionally, not physically, is taking a catch. Taking a catch to bring a player back in, maybe taking them down to 5 players. So you maybe come back from like 5, 6 down. You took a sick catch, swung the game. It's now 6-5 to your team, and then you or your teammate goes up and sends one straight into the chest of the other team, and they take a catch on the other side. That's a fun one.
Yeah, you hate to see it happen.
It's a good honesty there on the Sheriff side, just like we were talking about. It looked like the ball had gone underneath him, but I think just clipped him on the feet, maybe on the laces even, and he's taken the out there, put his hand up himself.
Good work there from Tom Moore, able to get very small behind his ball, leaving very little opportunity for Sheriffs to get a hit.
Taking 4 balls here,
And
2 balls on the right.
A split ball, I believe, so 2 different targets with 2 balls each.
It looked like the 2 Wessex players on the left there were just prepared for that free throw to come in, and they said if he sends it, if he throws at us, then we'll both go back at him.
Yeah.
Which is it's a good plan, especially against a player like Dom Holmes, who he loves a free throw catch. Good to have 2 players there to stop him and shut that down. 2 blocks there on the Wessex side.
Throws just straight at ball. Not the most.
Sheriff's not able to get the ball back in time, especially on the Wessex side. And Wessex making the most of it with 2 singles, short on time in the rest of the set. Wessex need to stay alive. They've got no balls left on the Sheriff side. They try and storm forward. Bowled from Tom Worrell. Oh,
And I
drops the
believe
catch.
that was before the whistles. I think it may be
Oh, so
3-3.
we were down to 3-3 then, just before that final ball was thrown.
Yeah. So draw in that set. Very tight margins in this game.
I think that, yeah, the call is that the hit was made after the whistle. Wessex there probably just didn't need to be quite as aggressive. They could have just sat at the back of the court there and waited for the set to end, 1 player up, and only really push if Sheriffs can come forward and make a hit. But instead trying to push up to get pick up the balls in the middle of the court. Which just allows Sheriff to storm forward and throw through that block. You at least need to look for the trade there if you're going to find yourself in such a difficult position. But Wessex still very much in this game, only 2 sets down. A lot of time left on the clock.
And hopefully our clock is more accurate this time round. Luckily, we did have a replacement, so it wasn't Matt's one and only job. So.
Ooh, a great cross court to take the first hit from the Sheriff side, but going back at them, Wessex up to throw 2 balls at ball. Ooh, on that 88 throw, like we talked about before, 1 high and 1 low, to get the hit back. So back to 5 all already.
And
same attack again there from Wessex, trying to throw 2 balls at ball, but Dom Holmes on the Sheriff side just hopping over the top of them.
And just as a score update on the other men's Super League court, Bedford Rangers have just managed to bring it back to 9-all. So very close indeed over there. And I think there's been a couple of ref decisions as well. All the refs brought in to try and make sure they get the right decision. Generally means matches very fine margins in.
Very nice of Wessex and Sheriffs to take a little break in hitting each other there to let us talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh, and there we go, just right on time.
As soon as I finished.
Ooh, single ball from the Wessex side gets the hit.
I think that's
the Wessex player hit while he's coming forward.
Hopefully just a jarred finger. Finger injuries are quite common in dodgeball. It does seem like the player's not too bad, so hopefully it's nothing serious.
I don't think that's who I thought it was on the Wessex side there.
And that's a lovely catch and out. You'll definitely take that off a 5-ball attack. I believe they only... No, I think they threw 4, but still.
Yeah. Up in the air as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Lovely catch. 3 balls on the Sheriff side.
Ooh.
Maybe sent a little bit early from the Sheriff side as they were backtracking there. Looking to get a cross court on the attacker. Now Wessex with the 3, they come up and throw 1.
And that's a lovely textbook double running counter there. Making sure that he has next to no chance of making any catch there. He tries to get out of the way of them and not really look for the catch and jumping up, but good tracking, gets the hit.
Tom Morrow on the Wessex side there, looking to pre-throw and catch, but again, it's just so hard to throw and then get yourself back into that throwing position. I have to apologise. I think I called Woody Wilcock here in 0-0, Mark Gillingham earlier. Look very alike. The beard is iconic. I don't think Mark even has a beard, I'm now realising. He just still really looks like him.
Has it been a long day for you?
A little bit, a little bit. So Sheriff's up 11-5 now. We have just under 5 minutes left on the court. If Wessex want to bring this back, they need 6 points. It means they need to win 3 sets. Best strategy for that at this point would be to try and win 1 set and then 1 more set before the 4 minutes 40 expire. If they can do that before the full time expires, they're going to get a 3rd set, 1 final 1 minute set. If they win that, they'll be back to 11-11 to take the draw.
I'm very glad you continue talking rather than just saying they need to win 1 set, then another set, and then another set. I was just going to
end it there. So that's they need to win 2 sets in 4 minutes. From the Sheriff side, all they need to do is make 2 of these sets last for the full 3 minutes, and then it doesn't matter if they lose them because the best Wessex will be able to do is 11-9.
Also, going back to the dodgeball, we did miss a very nice double hit.
Oh no.
Very low shot that just happened to bounce up across. I think basically hit 2 players on the toes. So
is that why there's 2 Sheriff's players up?
Yes, I do believe so. Oh, went for a player that wasn't paying attention, and he suddenly looked forward at the point the ball came to him. So gifted that one a little bit.
Wessex a player down now. Oh, very central throw. Josh Gordon will be a bit upset about not catching that one.
Yeah,
I would back him. Oh, I'll give him 8 times out of 10.
Well, I would prefer a percentage out of 100 if you don't mind.
I can't do that kind of math.
Okay. Not on the fly, at least.
No, definitely not.
And evening it up, 3 players apiece.
That was extremely even. A 2-ball throw from the Sheriff side. Wessex just stuck in under it. Graham on the side, number 42. And then Wessex with a double counter throw over the head of Jamie Craddock. Sheriff then decided to send all 3 balls. Maybe a miscommunication there. Maybe that was the plan. A little bit odd. And Wessex punish.
Yeah, it really opens up the other player with the ball for free reign because he's not been targeted at all.
That's a trade there down to 2 versus 1 in favour of Wessex. This does favour Wessex in the long run. There's only 8 seconds left, but every second they can save is good for them. Oh, Tom Morrow block at the front. Yeah, just hold. Don't need to risk it. They win that set, so now that leaves them, by the time we restart, probably 2 minutes left.
And I believe that was Kelly Bowen just bringing on that exactly as you were saying, letting them know there's this long left. We need to win this game within that time in order to force that 1 minute set.
Yeah.
So
1 minute left. 1 minute 50 by our maths.
That's a bit unlucky there for Wessex. They won the middle ball and then in trying to get it quickly up the court, accidentally nudged it over.
A bounce. There you go, yeah. Bounce on that single ball throw there from Sheriff. Sheriff back to 3 again. 7-minute ball. I'm completely fine with that. I think that should be Sheriff's game plan here. It doesn't really matter if they lose this set. Obviously the set's overall, but the set difference overall over the season can be important, but secure the win here. If they make this game last the full about 2 minutes, then that's it. When they have 3 balls, what I'd like them to do here is just send 1 at ball or fairly safe. Don't mind either there. Just to avoid being caught and getting eliminated. It doesn't really matter if Wessex take 3 balls and come up and throw 1 at a time and get 1 hit at a time. Just not going to be enough time for that. So play it nice and safe, nice and slow.
That's really nice work from Wessex there. Obviously it didn't pay off, but actually he needs to try and go for that catch, because if it can stay as the status quo, then they're just going to lose with just a slightly better points difference, but that's not enough.
Great free throw catch there from Ben Cool on the Sheriff side, and then jumping over that last ball. Wessex now with 3 balls, 15 seconds left. Got to go aggressive here. Sheriff's not messing about.
And just as a quick update on the other court, Phantoms are up 11-9.
Oh, and a great
I
catch.
believe it's currently even on players as well, with probably slightly longer left than this court due to the amount of timeouts the refs had to make.
Seconds left in this game here. Wessex need to make several hits. A hit there against Sam on the right, but then a catch in the middle from Sam Copping. Brings Sheriffs back up to 6.
It's especially annoying because the hit was first, so that player is back in for the catch. So,
and Sheriffs finishing off that set. They're going to push for another set.
Yeah, able to secure the win, guaranteed pretty much by getting that hit there on the last player. So really nice work by them. And
yeah, we're going to go to a 1-minute set. With Sheriffs 13-7 up. This one's just for the set difference. It can go either way with someone in the position that, well, both teams are in really. Some teams are going to be down and they're going to think, right, we need the set difference. Let's go out and really bring it to them. Some teams are going to give up. Good start from Wessex to just say, you know what, this is our set. I'm going to sit here and take this catch. I've still got the confidence here.
And the other court, sorry for harping on about it.
You said at the start, you were like, let's pay attention to this court.
Yeah, well, I do what I want, which arguably is not a particularly good thing in a team-based sport.
Trading there on both sides. Again, favourable for Wessex as they were already a player up. Sheriff's going to have to make something happen with the 3 balls here, or 4 balls here, with only about 12 seconds left. They'll probably send all 3 balls down the middle.
They did.
That squares things up, 3 on 3. Wessex going to send one late. Sam with the block, gets the counter, but before the whistle, sorry, after the whistle, the 3-3 in the final set.
Yeah.
So that takes us to 14-8 final score. 14-8 to Nottingham Sheriffs against Wessex Wolves.
And on the other court, there is yet another rest timeout. The score is currently even at 11-all, with roughly 2 minutes left to play. So
I think this is an injury timeout. Tamas Ward's has fallen off court and I think injured his shoulder. Turn the camera. Is that allowed?
Yeah, thumbs up in the chat if you would like us to turn the camera.
Oh, look at that, we're doing it.
We're doing it anyway.
Is it still 11-11?
Yeah, I do believe it's 11-11. About 2 minutes left.
Yeah, there is unfortunately a goal in the way.
5 players against 4.
Not a bad setup there. Apologise for the bit of a hodgepodge of a camera system setup here. So just to reiterate, it is 11-11. There is 4 Phantoms players and 5 Bedford Rangers players left. Give you a bit more of a play-by-play, given that the vision is a bit obscured. Hit there.
They're just not quite able to secure it. I think there's been quite a lot of
like it bounced first.
Catches occurring in this.
4 on 4 now. Phantoms get the hit against Rangers. And then the after throw comes from Rangers back at them, but just bouncing before Dom Smith in the middle. Phantoms coming up with 3 balls now. They send 1 at the wing. Scotty just lets it go by him. The Rangers side, so Rangers going to come forward with 3. Nice. Scoreboard set up.
That's a lovely sliding catch.
Hit against Phantoms. Ball rebounds back over to the Rangers side, and Rangers take the catch, bring a player back in as well. And then
Simon is particularly
Simon
happy
on the Rangers
about,
side,
making that catch. And
Simon Parsons on this side taking the rebound catch. This really is a freebie. It's just getting an extra player back in from a hit that you make against the other team.
Now, it'll be interesting to see what Derby Phantoms do at this point. There's
an unknown amount of time left on the clock.
Yeah, about 40 seconds left, so I would expect him to try and go for a couple of plays. If it doesn't work, he's probably going to step off before the end of time. And the reason he's doing that is to ensure that a 1 minute frame does get played, which if Derby then win, leave it as a draw overall.
Yeah, they can intentionally lose this set to take it to 13-11 and try and get that final 1 minute set to bring things back. See what Tom does on the Phantom side here. He's got one ball, charging forward. Rangers just let it go. They're just going to let time run out. He's going to need to step off pretty soon.
And yeah, it doesn't look like actually he's going to. It looks like actually there may be a little left of the half.
Oh, okay, our time's totally wrong. Oh, Rangers think it's over. Rangers think it's over. Phantoms thought there was more time left.
I do believe what's happened is that the people timing, where large amounts of ref discussion has occurred, it's very easy to get out of sync to the official clock. The refs will try their best to update the players as to what's happened, but it's actually not the ref's job. It is down to each team to do their own timing.
Yeah.
So I think it's been a slight disconnect on the timing. They thought there was time for another frame.
The only discretion I can see is if if Phantoms were told that there was enough time for another set. In which case, well, it kind of changes how you play. So if one of the refs explicitly told them that like there was this much time left on the clock, then it becomes a bit trickier. And maybe that's what Phantoms are thinking, like they were told that there was X amount of time left on the clock, they could let it run out and didn't need to step off. And given the fact that they haven't just ended this now, maybe that's something along those lines has happened.
It does seem like Johnny is having a discussion with the Bedford team, which would imply that there is more football
that they're going to replay a set. Yeah, given that the refs are currently talking to the Bedford side, that would usually mean Phantoms, well, the decision's gone Phantoms' way and there's another set. And Rangers are trying to argue it now. The difficulty is obviously if Rangers knew that if Rangers were told that there was not enough time left and it would be a final set, Phantoms are told another thing. I'm not sure which way you send that. The decision, though, is one final 1 minute set. Score 11-13. Yeah, Rangers 13, Phantoms 11. 1 minute set. Phantoms win the runoff. Looking for a quick start there.
Flurry of activity, and I think
post throw from Rich Stone Street. Post throw from Rich Stone Street. There is 2 outs on the Phantom side, though. Just Ed Raven on the Ed Raven on the Phantom side is out, and 2 outs on the Ranger side.
And again, another 1-for-1 trade. Tom getting hit on the Derby side.
4v4.
And then
4-3.
Parsons getting hit.
Getting a hit in the middle there, and a big jump from Simon Parsons on the Ranger side. Sorry, Scotty. Scotty takes the catch, takes the diving catch.
Goes up, manages to skewer it on a diving catch.
15 seconds, Phantoms, 1 player left. He didn't hit him. It's a 1v1, he didn't hit him. It's a 1v1. Phantoms need the hit.
Scotty, rather than deciding to just play it cool and block the game out, decides to go for the free throw on the player running up, gets the hit, securing the win. And I believe this is another game with more controversy than the Wessex kit. So,
yeah, it turns out it wasn't much of an issue.
No,
comparatively. Big win for Rangers there. I think they would have gone into the game like expecting to win it, but obviously Killer Bees have tired them out so much. that it was a bit more of a struggle than they anticipated. And all credit to Derby, they've absolutely brought it to them.
Yeah, just make sure you do subscribe if you haven't already, although if you haven't, why not? Thanks very much, guys.
Bye.